Sorry about that, folks. I got lost in my own brain. I was playing with something on another screen, and I didn't realize that the intro was already over. It's a very fast intro. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. How's everyone doing this evening?
Doing all right.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday.
I'm not at work. I'm not at work. That's my answer.
There you go. That's always the best answer.
I can see clearly that I have the right prescription. That's the only new thing in my life.
Here's you know what the big difference for me when I'm at work? You know what the big difference in my life is? I look at my room like this.
I'm about to say you just changed. You just turned her.
That's my work computer.
Yeah, my work computer is currently under my personal computer, so this is the same position as work.
Oh,
it's fine.
I'll see.
Look,
work probably would have been a lot better if we didn't have like 5 things coming out today at fucking once.
God, yeah. You had
my personal computer is also my work computer.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, I worked contract a lot when I was getting started in my field, and yeah, I was just like, it's kind of weird to surf porn on my company machine. So yep, but that's another me, long time ago. They're dead now. So tonight it is Friday night, as we have as we have said, and we are going to be playing a little Firefly TTRPG, which is a game that is based around a universal system called the Cortex system. It is a very adaptable, very narrative-friendly system that has a lot of mechanics that are literally designed to create movie-like scenes for your players to inhabit. Because of that, the players have a lot of control over the scenes, and the players have a lot of freedom of movement of the narrative, I guess you'd say. And so that makes it really good for the GM, because the only thing the GM has to do is make the NPCs talk and basically set the difficulty for everything. But before we get down to the nitty and the gritty of the Firefly RPG, let's talk to our players and see how they're doing tonight. Hi guys, how y'all?
Good.
The celebration has begun, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the excitement in their eyes. There is no trepidation. There is no fear. They are not worried about what I'm going to do to them. They know they can handle anything.
I am resigned to my fate as your punching bag, Ray.
I'm pretty sure I should be safe for now.
I've made my own
decision.
As it should be. I never said I was guaranteed.
Oh, no one's guaranteed
I'm willing
anything.
to live with
Exactly.
What's the big thing? The only thing that's guaranteed is death and taxes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you can still try and evade taxes.
And microwave pizza.
And microwave
Can't
pizza.
go with microwave pizza.
Microwave pizza is inevitable.
Yep.
All right.
Much like the charring on it, it's fine.
Hey, the charring is the best part.
Wrong.
The border
Not wrong.
Rubber crust is what you want.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you just
Put it in
don't,
the oven.
if you just don't cook it on a pizza tray and put it on the rack in the oven, you're almost guaranteed to get that nice crisp crust.
Mm-hmm.
That's
How
how I do it.
now, so
Same.
thank you.
Okay, I mean, I'll get like the Walmart like frozen pizza, like the big old one in the deli section.
Yep.
I'll still put them on like an actual like pizza tray, and then they still get crisp crust on. Like
You
they
have
leave them in for,
like a 16-inch pizza tray?
I do. I actually have a
Yeah,
24-inch. My
How does
pizza
a
tray takes.
24-inch fit in the damn oven?
I got a big ass
Carefully.
oven, man.
You do have
Yeah.
a big ass oven.
I say, yeah,
Covers
exactly.
the
Well,
entire thing.
right. I also got this pizza tray from Walmart.
Well, yeah. Well, that makes
Oh,
sense.
that explains it.
Yeah, Corey,
Same.
you need to send me the specs on your oven so I know which one to get for our new house. I want a
might be
fucking big ass
over-exaggerating a
oven.
little bit.
No, just get
It's
a
an
break
18
up. Just,
About to say 24 is probably an exaggeration. It's 18 to 20 though.
I say,
Well,
just get a
when
break
I
up,
look
and
at
they can
Corey
fit everything.
exaggerate size.
Yep. Hey.
No, just gonna go pick up, your new oven and be like, no, I don't care how big. Like, all I need is it for this to fit inside of it. Just
Just
go
bring
full
a
Bring
Walmart
the
display.
pizza
pizza
in
tray
with
with
you.
you
Just
while
fit-
picking
no,
out a
that's
new
the one. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This
Now I'm kind of thinking the whole like, no, it's not mine bit from Austin Powers.
Perfect.
This definitely is my bag, baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have disturbed enough people already. Couple of quick things before we get into the who's and whys of what's going to happen tonight. Number one, we are still doing our contest to give away a set of D&D core books. That is, this set is a D&D Player's Guide, Monsters Manual, and the DMG, plus that GM screen in that slipcase. This is the limited edition set. So this is a foil stamped set, which means that the covers are foil stamped. They're sparkly, they're shiny, and they don't look like the standard covers. Now, we're giving this away when we hit 1,000 followers, and you can see in the bottom corner that we have once again gone through a spike. The week was good to us. We are at 951. We have less than 50 followers to go. And then we're gonna give away this set of books. And to let you know, they're sitting over there, right there. I already have them. All I gotta do is literally get a shipping label and put them in a box and send them to somebody. So the sooner we break that number, the sooner they get sent out. Next, also, during every single show, we do raffle tickets, and those raffle tickets are for our mini of the month. Now, let me see if this guy's gonna work this time. Peep. Yeah, nope, that's Asthma Daddy. Asthma Daddy was the mini of last month. He is the sublime and the amazing Prince of the Nine Hells, or King of the Nine Hells, I should say. However, he is not the current mini that's being given away. I
guess Crypt Walker won him.
Huh? Yes, Crypt Walker did win him. I still haven't started printing them yet because he is bigger than hell, and he is giving just his base is giving the printer fits, because it's a resin printer and it weighs so much that it gets halfway through the print and falls off the print bed. So I'm trying, because it prints upside down. It prints upside down.
So at that size, don't you have like an Ender 7?
I have several Ender 7. I have an Ender 5 Pro. I have an Ender 5 Plus, 3 Ender 3 Pros, and a tiny little Prusa.
Is there not a way to go into the file and put?
Oh no! I found out. I found that there is another set that is hollowed, so it won't weigh as much. Yeah,
you might want to change out that infill if there's a way to change it.
Yeah,
you know what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a way to change it to hollow so it'll reduce the weight. And so I'm going to be trying it again. I'm going to reset the printers tomorrow and give it another shot. It's not that many pieces, luckily, but they're all really, really high def pieces. So when I was putting it out and it was solid, the freaking throne weighed a ton, and the throne is part of the base. So yeah, it was not having it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But let's go ahead and put the picture up for the current mini Oda month. Where is my thing? There it is.
Listen, the betrayal, hitting us with a sweet tea special.
Oh,
what
Lissa
happened?
Did?
Self-care, bitches. Self-care.
Okay, let's detangle myself from
Also,
my
you
gremlin
can't
chair.
tell me anything about that, Kel. You come into my stream and make me do self-care all the fucking time.
True, but I'm not on camera with you though.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Kel does it
you
to
do
everybody.
It. Exactly.
It's gotten so bad that
I occasionally have to get him back.
Em just refuses to hydrate whenever Kel does it because she's just like, nope, done.
Em has not refused in a while.
He hasn't refused in a while. You haven't done it in a while. You just did it for the first time the other day in a long time.
Because I'm also at work lately. Every time you guys stream for that one. Oh shit.
That's what you get for having to like work to support yourself instead of like being a bum.
The living habit is so expensive. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, and this is the mini for this month. This is Astaroth, the Archdevil of Wrath. He is almost 6 inches wide at the base. He's about 9 inches tall, roughly. It is another 4K mini. This is from the other Archvillain set called Speak of the Devil, which is the first Speak of the Devil set. And he is just a gorgeous freaking mini, huge and tall. He's great as a demon prince. He is an amazingly detailed mini, and we're going to give that away at the end of this month. Now, next, we always want you to remember, if you can support Dinner Game in any way, shape, or form, every dime that goes into the show goes back, that we get from the show goes back into the show. We pay our content creators. Our GMs get paid. Thank you very much for the follow. Uh-oh. 2 cowboys are lost in the desert. One looks and sees a tree covered in bacon. A bacon tree, we're saved, he says. He runs to the tree and gets immediately fired upon from all sides. It was not a bacon tree, it was a ham bush. Oh my god.
You're fired. Whoever that was, you're fired.
Corey, you were horribly punning before we came on the air, so...
Hey, that was before we were on the air. Okay?
It was. No one heard the conversation. It's fine. I don't have to make sure it didn't happen.
Corey, do you want to be the kettle or the pot?
Either way, there's something whistling in the background.
Anvil.
The anvil.
Okay.
I call kettle because tea.
Oh, yeah. By the way, everyone, please express your congratulations and your best thoughts for my wife, who literally is massively claustrophobic and this morning went and did an MRI without any meds. She took she took nothing. She was in the MRI for 45 minutes straight.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
Yeah, that's a lot. Even I don't mind confined spaces, and I have a hard time being in there that long.
I'm weird.
I've had to do it once.
I'm insanely weird. I fall asleep in MRIs. Even
with all
the noise, I fall asleep.
I did the very first time, then I was told I couldn't do it anymore. I moved too much in my sleep.
I snore, so yeah. So anyway,
damn.
It's so weird. It's always brain scans specifically. It's always very specifically, pretty significant.
Yeah. I mean,
it's an MRI, but yeah, no, it's usually pretty significant that everything gets done just right. God,
never had an MRI. I've had a CAT scan done back when they were looking at my adenoids.
Yep, but yeah, MRI is like one of those things.
I've had X-rays and ultrasound. Yeah. That's it.
MRI, they put you into a big old fucking tube. It's louder than hell, and the tube is I can barely fit in the tube. All right, I'm a big boy, but I can barely fit in the tube. And when you're in the tube, if it's something being done to your head, they lock your head into this cage. And it's stuck there. And I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god damn it, Diamond.
You guys.
So Diamond just put, dogs can't operate MRI machines,
God.
but cats can.
Thank you, Diamond.
It's like you were there, Lissa. It's like you were there.
That was pretty much the whole conversation, essentially, because we were talking about TikToks and other stuff.
Yes. But anyway, tonight these lovely people who are making our streamers only chat a very unsafe place for me, and I'm calling DAG HR.
That's fair, DAG HR.
I've had many complaints filed against me in the HR department.
Isn't Jess your HR department?
Huh?
Isn't Jess your HR department?
No, we had
Hey,
to stop
Jess,
letting
do we
her
have
be
permission?
We had to stop letting her be the HR department because, she and Alyssa were doing that weird thing that we got on film. Ladies and gentlemen, Dag House is not open to the public and not recommended for minors. If you can make it to Gen Con next year and you get an invitation to Dag House, don't take us up on it. No one ended up in jail, we swear. Continuing on with the game.
I swear we're here to play a game. I swear.
I know what did go in jail. Someone was on the roof.
I fey-tricked someone off a roof. No one ended up in jail.
You had to coax them down with fucking glitter.
Look, given that most of us in the house were LGBT+, that tracks.
Yep.
I mean, because this is literally what Lissa had a fade trick everyone with. I was not the one on the roof. I was the smart one for the most part.
Well, In the meantime, these lovely people are going to play Cyber System. They're going to play the Firefly TTRPG, which is run using the Cypher System. Let's go ahead and say hi to everybody, and maybe we can actually get to the game for once.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm so thankful, Oz. You're going to give us permission to go to the game, do the game?
Yeah, you guys have my permission to start this game. I'm glad you checked in with me. I appreciate it.
I check in with everybody.
Tonight's gonna be an experience. I have a feeling. Tonight,
God's help us
Do
today.
we all have
Okay.
gremlin energy tonight? Yes.
Everyone just remember, and I'm having to say this on more and more fucking streams, if you get me banned from Twitch, I will come for you. And not in the way that's happening in chat.
Know that?
The bad way. Shut up!
I'm
Oh
a
my
spit.
god, I hate you all! Fuck! No! Not that! Jesus Christ!
You
You don't
handpicked
pay your
us, Ray.
HR department enough?
Why? I'm gonna have to get an
You
HR
handpicked
department.
us.
I'm gonna have
for
to get
this
an HR
reason.
department. Ladies and gentlemen, if any of the comments that we make during this stream disturb you, I apologize. These people
I
are
apologize.
these people are very, very horny, and
we are consummate professionals, sir. This is all you. You
I'm
chose
a
this.
I'm
professional.
sorry. I am so sorry. I had no
For
idea
sure.
this was all me. Yes, got it. No, all me. Got it. You realize, like, I'm literally geriatric, right? I could not even. Never mind. Oz.
There's a set of TikTok for that.
Oh, God.
Oh god, I'm actually crying from laughing.
Oz, who are you playing today?
Hi. Yes, I'm Az. I'm playing Nathan Vesk or Ian. We'll see what happens. Who is a ship's mechanic, and right now, very impressed by some other ships that are going on out there right now. So we'll see what happens with that. But you can find me here on Dinner and a Game, causing problems in the streamer only chat, and on the Figment Collective, where I'll be right after this game when we start playing.
Thank you, Oz. That was very nice. I don't even want to. I'm skipping her. Corey!
What, Ray? What's up, bud?
Who are you playing this evening?
I am playing Leighton McCoy, ship's doctor / quickly becoming wannabe criminal. Well, we'll find out. We'll see what I do. But yeah,
I love how
Leighton
you're like,
McCoy, I'm a doctor and a gunman. I mean, yeah.
and maybe I'm a cytomaniac. We haven't really decided yet.
Hey, there's no
Morally
mania.
gray.
It's all been cold and calculated. Nothing's been
Look,
managed.
He's the morally gray doctor. He's house. He's house.
He's the morally
He's-
gray doctor, but with more explosives.
I was gonna say he's the morally great doctor unless someone has hand grenades strapped to them.
The
Technically,
Hippocratic Oath
they-
says nothing about hand grenades. Okay.
The Hippocratic Oath
You
says
make a
nothing
good
about hand
point.
grenades.
It says do no harm.
I did no
The
harm.
grenades did
They
it.
did the harm.
All he did was take the pin. The grenade did the rest. While it was still strapped to the young man.
You see, Your Honor, no war crime.
No war crime could be possible. He can never be possibly convicted of a war crime with
Look.
that little shabby evidence.
Nah, it was just all the
here's the
looting he
thing.
did.
there's not a shred of evidence on that whole field. Just
If
dust.
there's no witnesses, there's no crime, right?
Well,
Technically,
actually,
no body, no crime.
in Clayton's defense, well, first off, but actually, technically, in Clayton's defense, the place was glassed, so any evidence probably got burnt to a crisp.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm in the clear.
Kel!
As you were running away, flipping off the alliance, yes.
Kel!
Uh,
Who the fuck are you playing today?
so I am playing Mitchell Knight, brings a alliance turned browncoat spy who is now on the run because he had to fake his death, so he can't go back anywhere.
I mean, he technically could. It just probably wouldn't be a great idea.
Let me phrase it: without losing his life, he can't go anywhere. How's that? Because he would either get shot or put in prison, one of the two, or both.
I mean, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Thank you very much, Cal. And finally, yeah,
Hi.
yeah, you.
So
the head gremlin.
I am playing Mariana Redfield. I am the captain of this ragtag crew, and we don't have a pilot again. So if we have to pilot, I'm piloting again.
Yep.
Got
And
this.
Jonathan is out.
We
for
believe
the,
in you because you're the only ones.
Jonathan is
Have
out for the
piloting.
evening. His work is
To
keeping
be
him
fair.
busy. Yes, to be fair.
Each time that Mariana has piloted for us, it's gone gangbusters. It has been phenomenal.
True.
It's
every
true.
time. So
We didn't need to say that loud because now
I'm
we
not
just jinxed
complaining.
the difficulty. Raised dice can hear us, and I need you all to know that.
Oh, that
No,
was
we're
a-
on head-
Raised
Yeah,
dice
well,
are digital. And my beautiful wife, I didn't hear what you just yelled at me from the other room. So you might as well type it in chat.
that reminds me. I didn't pull a roll 20 so I can see the roll.
You can see your roll.
Now I'm making the TM. I roll physical. Remember?
Yep. Oh, you roll physical? Ha.
Yeah.
I will have to burn that down. All right, so where we left off, the crew was literally part of the Battle of Serenity Valley. They all came from different sides. Some of them were fighting for the Alliance. Some of them were on the side of the Browncoats and the Resistance, and some of them were neutral parties and just got pulled into the entire fight. What ended up happening is the folks on the Alliance side were either not really on the Alliance side and double agents, or sick of the Alliance for one reason or another, and were looking to get out. They all saw a chance during the Battle of Serenity Valley. Some of them were forced into it. Others took their chance and their opportunity, and they ran for it. It just so happened that the groups that were all converging in this one location had all these people in it, except for the local native and the pilot. Everyone, sorry, Nath, it wasn't, what's his name when he was in the Alliance? Was it Steven, or it wasn't Steven, right?
No. Steven is what my character's alias will
be.
be after the.
Yeah.
Nath was the actual character name. That was as his actual character name was
No, I
Nath.
meant your actual character
Yeah.
name.
Oh,
Cal.
mine's Mitchell.
Mitchell. All right, Mitchell, Clayton, and Nath were each part of different units. They kind of got thrown together during the battle. Mitchell almost got shot, but
No, I did.
almost got shot by me.
I was gonna say almost got shot by the other player characters.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
Yep, and got robbed technically for his pants. But
we
they-
never got them off the body.
yeah.
We never got them off the body.
Chat, take that however you will.
There was a lot of very interesting things that happened in that game, including Jonathan's pilot getting shot down and crashing near the battlefield, and all the players making a beeline for his ship in case it could be salvaged to get them off planet. It couldn't, and they ended up not only picking up Jonathan, but they picked up Liz's character, Mariana, who unfortunately had just survived an incredible tragedy, as she had come down to the planet technically with permission to pick her family up and take them off world. But when she got there, it wasn't just her family. Her family had called in like all their neighbors and all their neighbors' friends and everyone else, and Mariana ended up with a literal full ship of people. But before it could take off, some Alliance attack cruisers came by and literally killed everyone that Mariana knew in like 2 runs and just destroyed everyone in Mariana's life. Mariana got on her horse and rode straight into the next big tragedy as she met up with this crew, and then I killed her horse.
R.I.P. Sparkles.
So, lost the entire family and then the horse. And the horse is what really broke her. So, I want to put the
Look,
scale.
she was barely holding it together at that point, and then you killed her fucking horse.
R.I.P. Sparkles.
But they basically made it out of the front
was
lines.
the horse that broke the horse's back.
Oh, God. They made it off the front lines. They went actually back to Mariana's ranch, mainly to get supplies, and they didn't know where they were going at that point, but they were kind of all just ganging up together to try and get the hell out of here. And they end up finding out that there was a ship out in a hangar on the property that Mariana's parents had gotten to both expand their shipping business and as a reward and a present for Mariana on her birthday, after Mariana took over the shipping business for them when they wanted to work full-time on the ranch. The ship was not fully space-worthy, but it could fly in atmosphere. They got it off the ground just as the Alliance showed up to capture them. There was a gunfight. Is that when you got shot again, Kel? Oh no, that's when you tore your stitches.
Yeah, no, I tore my stitch because I only got shot once.
Yep.
After I was trying to fake getting shot. Got filled up with that, like insulation foam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the spray suture.
Yeah, thank you. That was what I'm looking for.
And then you basically, then as they were taking off, Corey's character was running for the ship, being shot at by the Alliance. He jumped and dove, and Mitchell caught him by the arm with one arm holding Mitchell in the ship, pulled him into the airlock, which during the course of that whole scene, they managed to get Clayton onto the ship without them getting shot, but Kel's character ended up tearing open the wound that he had already received. And look, I don't know if you passed out again or not, but something
breaking again.
No, I didn't pass out. I probably wanted to, but we were still getting ragdolled by Lissa's piloting or Jonathan's piloting.
Yeah. And so basically they were just told to punch it. So
yeah, I learned my lesson when it comes to phrasing.
Yep. So he did, and they didn't tell him that they weren't both in the airlock yet. So they managed to get everyone in the airlock. The ship managed to run off, leaving the battlefield behind. They hid it in an old salvage yard while they're looking for parts. They got enough parts to get off planet. They managed to create also their version of a crybaby, which wasn't space-worthy, but they put it on a floating, a bunch of floating flotsam that they found, and put it in the river, and sent it downstream, and then they took off planet because technically the ship that Mariana received hadn't been registered yet, so it didn't have a transponder unit. So they put a foul signal out going downriver. They took off upriver. Enough Alliance were distracted by that to let them get off planet, and then they ran for the nearest place that would not ask any questions, which was Niska's Sky Palace.
God's help us on that one.
I think fine. It only cost us, 10 credits to say no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that?
It took 10 credits just to answer a fucking question.
Yeah, that's right. It was the say no about getting refueled, but they charged us a docking fee because they still clamped on first.
Yeah. So, you guys have spent some time on Niska's Sky Station. You guys discovered that one of Mariana's family friends and a smuggler rather than just a straight out merchant, brought you guys onto his ship to confer with Mariana and see what happened. It turns out that, and this guy has one of the more well-known ships in this area. It turns out that Mariana's parents had fronted him the money for that ship because it was a custom build. And he basically, when he found out that Mariana's parents were gone, he gave Mariana the money that he was intending to give her parents as part of the payment for that loan. And so they have a bit of credits now, but they're still on Niska Sky Station, and they're still trying to figure out what to do with themselves.
Was it 20,000 or 200,000?
20.
It was 20,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, it wasn't. No, it was more than that. I might have to go back and look, but I
Hold
think
on.
it was more than that.
I'm looking at my notes. I don't see it. I didn't write it down because I'm dumb.
Which is why I'm just going to pull up the VOD for that episode real quick and just go to the end.
Should be about 25 minutes before we ended.
Yep.
Give or
I
take.
just gotta find our video first.
I heard tinkles. But you guys are still on the... Well, did you guys go back to your ship after that meeting, or are you guys kind of still on the station?
We were about to leave.
Yeah.
What was his name? The
It started with a J.
the business partner. The guy with the dope ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
where
the smuggler
Na-
dude. What was his
yeah.
name?
the one who Ian is slowly pulling apart the ship's engine with her eyes.
Stop
Yeah.
undressing my engine with your eyes.
Make me. I just want to know how it works.
I just don't know how it works.
It's
like
so
any other movie.
beautiful.
Yeah, because we were still on his ship because we ended off doing a toast to
Oh yeah,
Mariana's
yeah,
parents.
that's right.
We had that nice little heartfelt ending.
And
with
I
a
had
toast to
and
good
he
people.
gave you that the
transponder.
Transponder.
the dummy transponder that you could change out.
and he and I had a conversation.
Yep. And he tried to talk you out of that.
Yep.
So pretty much that's kind of where you still are at this point. You're still on his ship, getting ready to leave, of course. You have the part you need now, so you can set up a transponder on your ship. It's still technically going to be an illegal transponder because it's not the transponder that's registered to this ship. It's going to put out an illegal ID. But as he told you, this should be something that at least allows you to make the journey that you're intending to make with the least amount of trouble as possible. Especially if you don't go through any major shipping lanes, stay out of major traffic, and avoid the Alliance like crazy.
Yep.
So,
It lets us limp along for a while before we can actually properly register it.
Because we're probably gonna have to reprogram it.
you could try and reprogram the transponder, which is very risky because they've got lots of security built into them. The one that he's got is literally just a stolen transponder that they made sure that the ship wasn't registered as stolen. So they basically hijack a ship and they make sure that things don't happen to get it reported, so then it's still a legal transponder.
Yep.
It's not a good thing.
E.
So, but in the meantime, what are you going to be doing next? I mean, you guys are still technically on the ship.
So,
Yeah. And then I found the units. I put it in the call chat. How many was given?
How many units?
Okay, that's what I thought.
And what was the total for us to refuel all the way, which we need to fully refuel to get to the Blue Sun?
It was 20. That was 20,000 credits. I remember that exactly.
yeah, so we could take that money and we could.
No, wait,
you
it was
get
more than that.
removed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was
more than that.
40.
That's why I was.
It was much
Yeah,
more
it
than
was
that.
It was like 40. Yeah, I remember that being 40, and I thought he gave us 20 or 25.
Yeah, I gave you 20.
I think it was like 40 credits a gallon or some crap like that. I can't remember the number.
Well, I mean, like I said, the biggest issue with this is that it's Niska's Sky Palace.
Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
so it's kind of like,
Oh.
well, you're stuck with Niska's prices.
Now, if we put, and this is game talk, I feel like we should all know kind of enough about ships and distancing and travel because we've all done it enough. Could I make an assumption if we did just the straight 20k towards fuel, if that's all we bought, do I have an idea of how far that might get us?
It would definitely get you out of this system. But it won't get you, it definitely will not get you anywhere near Blue Sun.
Would it get us would it get us to another place to refuel that would be somewhat outside of Alliance control?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now. I'm pulling up my maps. I'm pulling up my star charts because I'm cool.
Never mind, I should probably pull up my image of the map as well.
Yeah, Nathan or Ian is gonna wait till we get back to the ship to ask.
I figured it was a conversation we could have, but I feel like this is something I would like to know beforehand, before the conversation happens.
Because our brown coat commander is still on the ship.
And we have to get him. We have to get him to the Blue Sun.
And I had 5,000 credits.
Mm-hmm. And we all have enough credits that we could pull out of the bank.
But
However,
remember, if you pull out of the bank,
if we pull out of the bank, we're gonna get pinged.
Yep. Here's the thing, though. Hey, Ray. How does pulling money out of the bank work here? Is everything done by ID? Are things done?
Everything's done via ID.
Well, hold on. When you say by ID, does it mean like biometric and fingerprints, or just like a card?
No, it's a retinal scan.
There we go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Kalidasa would be the nearest system you can make it to, which is actually going to technically make your trip to Blue Sun longer. But the Kalidasa system is not in the core worlds.
So if we get to the Kalidasa system, we could refuel again, but it's going to cost us money, so we'd have to do something on the way to make some money, which I suppose we do have enough. Well, never mind. We'll do some character in a second. Sorry, just discussing logistics outside the game, to get it, but there's a conversation.
Also remember to add your plot points for this session.
Yep.
Already did before we started.
I thought of something new. I thought of something new for plot points. I'm going to make it to where if someone synopsizes the last game, they'll get an extra plot point to start the game with.
Oh, I will gladly synopsize the previous game every time.
It'll start in next game.
Yeah, I was like, I will too.
I'll
no question.
do it.
But here's the kicker: the synopsis has to be under 5 minutes.
Oh, easy.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
I'll do it in voice too.
I'll say this. Say like Monster Hearts, where you guys have so much crammed in that little bit.
Oh, you don't think? But yes, the Kalidasa system is the nearest one that you can get to that would be close enough to make it on the amount of fuel you have. You're probably going to end up having to stop at one of the outer worlds in Kalidasa. There is a outer system called Penglai, and it has a bunch of settled planets around it. It's got a white sun in the center of it, and there is a large gas giant that has several moons that are settled, and then there's several other there's 3 other planets and about 6 other settled moons that are in the system itself. So,
I was gonna say, Ray, don't you mean the Kielbasa system?
No, Kalidasa.
I didn't say it. I was.
They don't have the meat.
It's the Kielbasa system.
You're
I'm
welcome,
giving
Ray.
myself 1 plot point every time anyone says Kielbasa.
I'm sorry, Ray, but we are the worst.
You picked us. Did we lose Cal?
Maybe Well,
We
air goes
freaking
into
broke
the
him.
lungs, then out. So
Breathe.
breathe.
Um,
I'm changing the music because I think the music's got you too
Tsubasa.
excited.
I'm not even listening to your music, right?
Either.
You could
You
if
make
you're on roll
assumptions
20.
here. I don't want to pull up roll 20.
And Jess did have a lot to do with picking this cast, so.
I still don't remember my password, and Roll20 is like, no, we don't believe it's you. And I'm like, I'm okay. Fair.
Oh,
I just
My
use roll 20 for
computer
music
was-
and the dice roller.
I do.
What
In
the-
fact, Jess,
what?
I can. It just, yeah.
Oh god.
All right, so is everyone okay? Is everyone stable now?
Back to the ship.
Yes, back to the ship.
I
Back
was
to
gonna say I don't know about stable, but yeah, back to ship.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I
Are
can just
any
see
of us
someone grabbing
stable?
Nathan just
Mentally speaking,
time to go.
in and
Yes.
out of character.
Let's not go there.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry.
we don't
I'm
have
the one.
time to unpack all of that.
I was like, don't worry. I'm the one grabbing Nate. Just like, come on. Like, actually, how tall is Nate?
5'5"?
Yeah, over the shoulder.
Yeah, no, that's why Nath could wear Mariana's clothes.
They're about the
Like
same
they're a
height.
little bit baggy because Mariana is a little bit more curvy, but they fit.
Yeah, like I
That's
said,
how
over the
we-
shoulder.
how we like headbutted each other because I was halfway out. Of
Yeah,
it,
because,
but
like- That's how,
Yeah, I've already just
I was
slung Nate
so
over my
quick
shoulder so they can
into-
just like claw at the ship as they move away.
But it's so like I just want to know how
I just
the
grabbed
injectors work. Just the okay,
just-
all right.
I
I'll be
just
back.
grabbed
We'll be in
both my
contact.
What?
Come on, kid.
Oh no, I've already got Nate on the shoulder.
All right. So
Oh,
you guys leave the ship and start heading out. You guys head back to your ship. As you're making your way back, you see outside the airlock system that connects your ship to the dock. You see that there are two men sitting outside of it, kind of leaned up against the walls, and they seem to be waiting. And as you guys come walking up towards it, one of them kind of pushes off the wall with one foot, and he has a hand rolled cigarette in his mouth, and he kind of looks over at you and he says, "Which one of you is the owner?"
That would be me.
He comes. He kind of like looks over at you, and Mariana, and he says, "This here vessel ain't got no registry."
Had
is
to
that
fix
an
it.
issue for you?
Yeah, yeah. Nathan will hold up the chip. Like, I'm sorry, it got damaged, so we had to go get it repaired. If you want, I
Okay.
can install it, and you can run the registry once everything's been done. I do have to go through all the pre-checks and.
Nate, I think that's not the issue here.
All
Would I be
right.
We
mistaken?
all understand that Mr. Niska doesn't like problem,
That's what I figured.
and an unregistered ship is a problem.
Well, it won't be
Now-
unregistered soon.
I understand that, but it's currently unregistered, which means you came into the station unregistered. Now, Mr. Niska is also a very forgiving man. And he is more than willing to do business with those who are maybe having some troubles. Your money spends just as good as anyone else's, is Mr. Niska's law. So, we're assuming you're going to want to fuel up.
About 25,000 worth. Yeah.
It's like, all right. So what's going to happen here is, you're going to pay for your fuel. Do you need anything else?
We might
Uh,
need, if I may speak, Captain.
Go for it.
We might need some general supplies. We got a bit of a journey to go on, but we do have some things that might be of interest for trade. Maybe they could be sold more easily by someone of Mr. Niska's persuasion and ability. Nothing crazy. We got some veterinary supplies, but thought they could be worth something by means of some general supplies for travel, food and the like.
I'm just going to point out that horse tranquilizer probably is worth a lot.
It's worth a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But realistically, we're not able to move that. We don't have the lines of the means of that.
We also have a ATV that might be something you'd be interested in if that's all right with Captain.
And
Well, we've got 2 of them, right?
We have 2 ATVs, 1 mule, and
Okay, yeah.
2 pedals.
he says,
Yeah, I think one of the ATVs would be.
he says,
Make room for cargo, you know?
all right.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming what you're saying is you have 25,000 in cash, plus you have these other consumables and sundry items that you would be willing to trade.
Yes.
Some things that Mr. Niska could definitely move that we wouldn't quite have the connections to do so.
So this is normally there would be no problem or issue with these situations coming about, and we could definitely make something happen. We have one very idiosyncratic issue, however. That is, once again, the fact that you came to Niska Station without a properly registered ship. Now, as we said, Mr. Niska believes your money spends just as good as any other. But Mr. Niska also provides a service. And a service that is supposed to be for law-abiding, registered members of society. Since you're not registered, we have to also assume you're not law-abiding. So that puts Mr. Niska in a dilemma.
Understandable.
Does he keep your ship dry docked and contact the authorities to see if there's any bounties on your heads? Or does Mr. Niska want to take a risk on a new crew and try and make a deal?
Well, I'm not new. You can check my credentials. I've been here a couple times.
He's like, with that ship?
It's a new ship. I've been working on getting it in order. And once again, like I said, should have got the registration up to date. You're absolutely right. I'm working on that right now. And, you know, it's a fine ship. It's a good ship. It could do a few runs, I suppose. And the whole time, Ian's looking at Mariana.
The guy in front of you, he says, so, I have been given the authority to offer you a small job.
What kind of job?
It's a milk run. Very simple. You're going to fly yourselves to the Kielbasa system.
Does that mean we get a plot point now, Ray?
No.
Yep. Yeah.
I
No,
can give
that's fair.
myself plot points using that.
I think we deserve a plot point for that.
I
we
think I
inspired you.
specifically deserve that because I started that shit.
It's true. I agree.
Kielbasa has now become the equivalent of like you two doing the whole Nico bit that y'all did when we first started.
Oh God, no. So you basically, he says, "Oh boy, oh no,
You're welcome.
I am going to light things on fire." He says, "You will be doing a run for him by taking a load of cargo to New Kashmir. You'll be dropping it off at a mining colony on the moon of Sakarda." He says, "No questions asked. Do not check the contents of the cargo. It will be mag sealed, so it will be obvious if it's tampered with." He says, "Once we get the report from our partners on Sakardu, it says we will understand that this deal has been completed. And if it's done well, Mr. Niska will be very pleased. Now, as a front to this, Mr. Niska will agree to take the 25,000, fill your ship with fuel, and he agrees to give you 3 months worth of supplies. Don't think it's going to be anything fancy. It's mainly going to be protein powder. But 3 months for your entire crew. That's pretty much a small fortune. You understand why Mr. Niska is willing to give you a small fortune, yes?"
Here, do. Question though, what kind of time frame are we looking at here?
That's why we're here.
To run the milk.
It says,
How long do we have?
He says the run to the Kalidasa system is roughly 2 weeks. He says, we need this to Skarda within 17 days. If it goes beyond 17 days, the run is a failure. So there's very little chance for error on this. You got 3 days of grace window, but we all know that things happen in the black.
How many, if you don't mind me asking, sir, just for my own edification, how many boxes of cargo are we talking? We talking a full load?
40 tons.
40 tons?
40 tons. That's gonna put a bit of a
Bit of a strain even on a
load on us. However, if Mr. Niska would be willing to give us the time it would take to load the cargo and maybe the rest of the evening, so that once again our ship is up to code with our fixed registration card, we can get that handled no problem.
He's like, I know the specs in your ship.
Just for outside, Corey, what kind of tonnage can we haul and how much?
With the right combination of pods, the ship can literally be equipped to handle 10 times that weight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even with how we're set up, we're more than okay with 40 tons.
Yeah, it's more just the space and loading.
Yeah.
What Nathan's doing is asking for time so she can actually do the tune-up.
Because you only have one
for
pod
the ship
right now, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have.
It's all. Yeah, I gotta say, because one main thing about Corey, if like with Racer with the pods, you can technically turn a Komodo into one of those makeshift colony ships where they just flow down to the black.
Yeah, and the big thing about it is you can put, basically the way it works is each pod is rated at about 40 tons, and you can have I'm doing that backwards. Each pod is rated at 100 tons, and you can put 4 of them on the ship.
And currently, we only have one pod currently.
Yeah, one
with the medical bay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And the medical bay doesn't even take the whole fucking pod up.
No, we were taking up like a quarter of the space, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, so the rest of that pod is all storage. So we
Yep.
currently have 100 tons worth of space, effectively.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty
So-
much.
It just makes
Um,
sure where we can space it out and tie it down properly is the main thing.
Oh yeah. No, but those
Oh,
items.
Oh,
It's
I
a
know we'll have the
cargo.
room to, but I think that's what Az was getting at with the whole time to load up is to make sure we can properly
Yeah.
secure it.
Yeah,
Yes,
basically, Natha is trying to get as much time as she can to
And he goes-
make the updates to the ship.
The gentleman
Um,
kind of looks over at you, Nath, and he says, "All right, we will take care of loading the cargo. As we said, it is precious to Mr. Niska. So we will be taking care to load it. We will be taking care to secure it. Hence, we will know if it's tampered with. When you get to Skarda, you will meet with our people at the mining outpost. They will have the codes to unlock the locks on the mag locks, and they will unload the cargo. It says they will verify the cargo, and once all that's done, they will transmit the codes to confirm the reception of the cargo. At which time, all that Mr. Niska has advanced you will be considered in fair payment for a job well done."
Just so I have this correct. 3 months worth of dry ration, protein powder supplies,
I said
Fill up
rations. It includes
rations.
water.
Oh, okay, perfect. Water too. That's excellent. All right. So water, food, 3 month supply of that, and then 25,000 to fill up the ship in its entirety.
You pay us 25,000.
Yeah, no, I was talking for what we
Yes.
would owe you to fill up the ship. All right.
Exactly.
Well, I will let you bargain with the captain. I'm gonna just scooch past you so I can already get started, since don't want to have anything on Mr. Niska's docks that isn't registered properly. I'm sorry it took us so long to get this fixed. So, and Nath is just gonna kind of nod at Mariana because like Nath is adding up the total price of the fuel and the supplies, and it's just like,
Yeah, it's basically a couple of $100,000 worth
yeah,
of materials
Yeah.
and everything like that he's throwing at you, which, that's a lot of fucking money. Also,
Mhm.
Nath, as you're going in, the other guy is kind of
Mhm.
still leaning up against the wall on the other side of the airlock. And
Mhm.
as you're walking in, he kind of like, just lifts his head up a little bit, and he's wearing a cowboy hat. And he lifts up his head a little bit, and you see his eyes underneath his brim, and there's a red glow from where his right eye socket should be.
Oh,
That's something you got there. I haven't seen a whole lot of that.
And he kind of like lifts his head up, and you can see there's a metal plate on the left side of his face, or the right side of his face, I should say. And there is a completely robotic eye, and you see that his right arm is cybernetic. And he said, he looks at you and he said, "Targeting system, had it done custom."
Targeting. So
Now
is
was-
it? I'm so sorry about Nathan. So is it actually like infrared? Can it actually see and have a locking mechanism in it, or like is the
It's
program itself
multi-spectrum,
multi-spectrum? That
And-
is fascinating.
and it's reflex-based sensitive for targeting.
Does it go through? Because like I know like there's scanners that can go actually through different compartments.
It depends
And
on
that's
what the material's
fascinating.
made of.
So
It's
like
like-
you could just
Clayton-
be.
Clayton is seeing this and is seeing a person that has had a massive surgery done, so it's clicking on him as well, and he's just kind of like slowly easing his way over,
And
listening.
he's,
and kinda
he's
looking him up.
Clayton's looking at the surgery, and number one, where the cybernetics are grafted onto his head, dirty fucking job.
Yeah, I
Dirty
figured.
fucking job.
I want to lean in because Clayton's still trying to trying to gauge these two guys is what he's trying to do, and trying to show that he's not a pushover.
Yeah.
So I am sorry to interrupt, but was that done on accident, or was it necessary? Like, was it a necessity? Did you choose it, or
He
was this
pushes
to
up off
replace
the wall, and he throws back his coat, and he's got a pistol under this arm. He's got a pistol on a reverse grip on this hip. He's got a pistol low down on his right leg, and he looks at you guys, and faster than you can actually move, he spins, pops out a single round out of the chamber with his thumb, and pops a single round in from his belt, literally moving the gun down his belt and popping a round through into the empty chamber, locks it and puts it back, and he does that on all 3 guns in like under 2 seconds.
That is mighty impressive there, sir. Yeah, no, I was just wondering because, like,
that was real.
Like I said, the only thing I've seen that way has been a different kind of procedure.
He says,
so like I just think it'd be kind of cool to be able to actually see through, walls. That's
anything
those
anything
stories.
involving X-rays usually becomes too toxic.
That's fair, especially being so close to the head, because that would just. Anyway,
this
sorry for
produces
taking
enough
up your
heat
time
on the brain already.
Yeah, I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. And now that we know that if he didn't go in the ship, he couldn't see through all the walls to what we're hiding, we're gonna just go replace the registration chip.
That was real pretty and all, but they didn't really give me the answer. What did you choose? Did you choose to do it, or was it a replacement for something bad? That's really all I'm asking, sir. I didn't mean it with any disrespect.
He says, he looks at you, and the eye, like his human eye, just looks at you, but the other eye is moving all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And he says, let's just say that I had 2 choices: live crippled or live like this.
Well, that's what I figured. Okay, and I completely ignore him at this point and sorry, go back to the other guy for the time being.
Okay, Mariana.
I do so with some disrespect. I clearly am. I want to make it clear to him that I'm like, that's all I needed, and go about my business.
All right. Mariana, the guy in front of you looks at you and he says, so did you hear everything about the deal, by the way, out of character?
I think I heard some of it.
I'll recap it real fast.
Okay.
Niska is offering to let you fill your ship up for 25,000.
Okay.
Plus, he is offering 3 months worth of ship's rations, which includes water for 3 months and food for 3 months. But you have to take a 40-ton cargo to the Kalidasa system, and it is actually being taken to the planet of New Kashmir, and there is a moon called Skardu that has a mining settlement on it. Miss Niska, the guy says they are Niska's business partner. When you get there, the shipment will be loaded on your ship by Niska's people and secured on your ship by Niska's people, and it'll be offloaded by the miners on Skarda. And if it's tampered with, because of the locking system and everything like that, if it's tampered with, they'll know about it, and that breaks the contract. They don't want the cargo moved. They don't want the cargo opened. It's to stay as it is. And so when they offload it, they will be sending the code back to confirm that they have received the shipment to Niska. Once he receives that shipment, then all the supplies and the gas and everything like that, all the fuel and everything like that, are going to be considered payment in full for the job.
Okay.
But it's a 2-week trip, 14 days. The cargo has to be there and offloaded in 17 days. And that also means that you only have 3 days of grace for a 2-week trip. He says,
Mariana's gonna look at at Clayton and crap, Kel's character.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Mitchell. Clayton and Mitchell. And kind of like make a face like, what do you guys think?
Not like we got much of a choice.
I feel like it's not the worst plan in the world. It's not the worst deal we could be given either.
And the guy
Now,
looks at you. Well,
Mister.
Go ahead.
Beyond all this, if we are one to offload some of these supplies that we already have, separate from this deal here, just to get them off our hands, we aren't in real need of them. Who can I talk to about that? Just to go ahead and get that taken care of.
He says, if you can get it done before you push off, which should be shortly if you agree to this deal, then you could probably talk to just about anybody. I can tell you that Mr. Niska has no need.
Understood.
He says, but we are looking at this as a time-sensitive offer.
All right, we'll do it.
He's like, good. He pulls out a data pad and he says, this is the agreement of the contract. You see there that it says that if you cannot complete the mission in the time allowed, that you will owe Mr. Niska both for the fuel and for the amount of the cargo, and you will owe him for his pain and suffering. Please verify that you agree to these terms and the final figure for possible damages. Also, if you make it within the 2-week window, which we all know technically is possible if certain safety features are ignored, then Mr. Niska will offer a bonus of 20,000 credits. In other words, the faster you get this cargo there, the better. All you need to know is that you don't ever want to cross Mr. Niska in any way, shape, or form. So when we tell you that the cargo is to remain unmolested, you must understand that is your highest priority.
Can do. And she, I guess, do I have to sign on the data pad?
Yep, you just have to press your thumb on it, and you see that the bottom final number of possible damages is 2.5 million.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't like this. But honestly, we basically have a fucking blade at our back. We do it or we're fucked.
Well, you could, like, well, what Corey was saying with his, Clayton was saying, you could just try and sell all the stuff you've got and you could say no.
Out of character, what do you guys actually want to do? Because, like, it does seem like a good deal, but again, I feel I don't want to deal with Niska. Don't have to.
I know Mariana doesn't want to. I'm like I know that's not her vibe, and I know you're trying to keep her away from that. So Clayton, Corey, bad idea. Don't think we should do it. Clayton, on the other hand, Clayton
That's
has a
such
desire
good
to
deal.
work with Niska. It's a solid deal, but those the horse tranquilizers alone are worth a good bit, and we currently don't. How far is our what's the distance we're actually traveling? Like, how long will it take us to get the Blue Sun? Because we've talked about this at length.
You
in
knew
the
you were
ship.
going to have to fill completely up and probably have to refill at least half the fuel load again before you can make it to Blue Sun. And Blue Sun, I do believe, was like a month and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't have the
three-
ability to make
the-
the funds to fill up and then fill up again.
You know, Corey,
Yeah.
that with the sheer volume of the sedatives and everything like that, and the antibiotics that you have, you at low black market prices, if you could sell this off to like another ship crew or someone like that, you know that you could probably pull in about 120,000 credits.
That's what I was figuring was around 100,000.
Yeah, 120,000 credits, and that's mainly because
Which-
there's so much fucking tranquilizers.
Yeah, they're just worth it. And I explained that. I hadn't talked to anyone about that at any length, but I explained that to Mariana. I would say we need a moment, sir. Just let us go
He's like,
full detail.
my companion and I will go get a taco. And he turns around and he starts. They go walking off to a street vendor.
Real meat.
With
Try the
meat-ish bits.
Meat-ish
No, with
bits.
real meat. Go have the real meat, sir.
Kielbasa.
I explained that we have about 120,000 on low. I explained that situation. We could not do this. It would not be an issue. We have enough here to pay for our fuel in full, and some supplies. Pretty simply, we can pay the 45, no problem. We don't even really need to touch any of your stuff. And if we got supplies just to last us for the first leg of the trip, hell, someone here might have a legitimate job we could do. Short run that we can make, running some basic fucking supplies. Nothing huge, nothing fancy, just something to fill us up elsewhere. Because these fuel prices, they're about, I'm assuming, 2 to 3 times what they should be.
Yep.
Roughly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for like probably 15 to 20 K credits, we could fill up elsewhere. So I say we sell off the cargo we have. As much as I would like to have. As much as I am up for anything, I think for your sake, Miss Mariana, we might want to go a more legitimate route here. Go ahead and move off what we were able to salvage from your family's home, and go from there. In a matter of a couple hours, I'm sure we could find someone to sell this to without much effort.
Let's go that route.
Yeah, after hearing that, I'm definitely going to agree there.
We may have to do something. May have to grease Niska's palm in some way for our displeasing him by being outlaws of some sort. We might have to do something to appease him, but I don't figure the job is necessary to do so. That's
Do you think
perhaps
extra credits would work?
I'm thinking something. We could throw something his way. I'm not sure what, but
If we give him some of the tranquilizer and some credits.
I would say let's offer him some credits. Let's offer him the credits. No questions asked. Offer him. We'll pay for fuel. We'll give him an extra 10K credits. We can afford that. If you want to pay it out of yours, you want to pay it out of the supplies, it's up to you. But I figure if we only need let's not offer the credits off the bat. Let's tell him, hey, we'll be out of here in a few hours. We want no trouble. We'll pay for our fuel in full. Get out of your hair. Be out of here in a matter of a couple hours. You never saw us. We don't bother you again. See if that works.
All right.
Fair?
Sounds good.
Now, while they take their time with the taco, with getting the taco, because I feel like they're probably being a little leisurely about it.
Yeah, they're kind of
realistically.
they're over by the cart and they're kind of talking to the owner of the cart, and they seem to be just shooting the shit, waiting.
Now we are near that airlock. Are there? I can't see any of the vendors or stalls from where I am. Correct?
No, they're farther down. Like
They're further down.
Yeah, because remember there's that round promenade that goes around to this level, and that's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
all the
yeah.
vendors are on either side of the
Yeah, yeah.
promenade.
Yeah. I kind of give them a little wave, get their attention.
He holds up his taco and starts
Uh,
walking over.
Taco.
turn back.
He's like,
As he
So-
approaches that, did you get the real meat?
he's like, oh yeah, never liked the scent stuff. He says,
I understand.
he's like, I think this is actual real space station rat. That's a delicacy.
I have. I
He's
had
like-
it earlier. I enjoyed it.
He says, so have you come to a final decision?
We're going to politely decline Mr. Niska's offer. We've got some stuff that we can offload to pay for the gas, and we're gonna be right out of your hair as soon as possible.
Understood. And Mr. Niska always respects those who want to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. Like I said, Mr. Niska figures your money spends just as good as anyone else's. Now, since we've settled the matter of personal business for Mr. Niska, we are now going to move on to my end of Mr. Niska's business, which is security for this station. So, seeing as you have come onto this station in a unregistered craft, and you did not first let anyone in security know that you were bringing an unmarked craft onto this privately owned and privately maintained space station, and therefore putting that space station at risk, I am afraid that that puts us in a situation where you've probably understand that there might be some problems with the situation.
We figured
Yes,
that might be the case. We figured, and what might we do to appease your position personally? What can we do?
He says, well, I gotta tell
Short
you,
of taking work. Short of taking work, what can we do to appease you?
I've got to tell you, working for Mr. Niska is a very demanding situation.
I can understand.
Not only is loyalty an absolute must, but the simple fact that, you know, if I were to in any way, shape, or form do anything that Mr. Niska or any of my seniors could misconstrue as me trying to abuse my situation for my own personal gain, the sheer savagery that would be met upon me and all those who know and care for me would be stomach turning. So, I will keep things down to the barest of facts. Fact one, you have put at risk a multi-billion-dollar operation. Fact two, you were allowed to dock at the space station even though you're an unregistered ship because Mr. Niska understands he provides a service to a certain element within society. Fact three, the prices on this space station are considerably higher than normal places because of that service. Fact 4. There are some limits to the risk that Mr. Niska is willing to take without any prior negotiation of cost. Fact 5. You have crossed that line. So, you are allowed to refuel your ship standard costs. So you 40,000 credits, I do believe, should cap off your tanks. You are allowed to do business on this spaceport for this visit, anyone who chooses to do business with you does so of their own accord. They pay their rent, they choose how they do business. But Mr. Niska will require that you pay a certain penalty in order to leave this station.
And we understand that.
What
We
might
wish-
that entail?
I was like, how much is the penalty?
Before we say yes or that we understand, what might that penalty be?
What would you think would be a fair penalty for putting Mr. Niska's hard, lifelong work at risk?
Well, if I may be frank, and I do not speak for everyone here, I speak of for myself. We all understand the line of work that Mr. Niska is in. And we understand that on occasion, that does mean. I knew it was coming. That does mean that on occasion, you have to deal with the authorities. However, Mr. Niska sees fit to that. And if we were to say provide something that may or may not assist Mr. Niska with dealing with those said authorities, were they to show up here and notice that an unregistered ship had docked, if we were to maybe provide something that could assist with that, perhaps we call this even Stevens.
Let's go ahead and say that though that offer is not necessary, let us also say that it's not a situation of the direct risk that you've implied by coming here unannounced. It is, and I use this term in a very ironic fashion, it's the disrespect.
I assumed that might be the other side of the issue.
Now, Mr. Niska wants, above all things, to be a businessman, and profit is his main motivation. But Mr. Niska also has a reputation.
And I apologize. We meant no
Oh,
disrespect.
Captain, I understand. No, I understand. I know. I absolutely know. You don't think we faced this problem before? We've had these situations come up before. We understand it would not have happened but for need and desperation. All we're saying, and maybe a lack of knowledge on proper etiquette among the less or the more nefarious members of society, which, again, we understand. Everyone's got to break into crime in their own way. He says, however, he still can't afford to let these slacks just pass by. So, in order to be able to leave this station, have your business concluded, and move on to your next glorious iced caper, whatever, you're going to need to satisfy Mr. Niska's pride, which is a very strong thing. I would say, and this is my estimate, because Mr. Niska is much more used to people taking him up on his offer than denying. But from the few times that I've seen people come into this situation, I would guess that Mr. Niska is going to probably make you probably pay out close to 400,000 credits. I think that's about the value of your ship.
What if, and just hear me out, you can do what you need to do to make this work. What if someone was to offer to work for him? Not to pay off a debt per se, but maybe to instill respect in others on his behalf at a later date. I would be willing to offer my services as a former soldier and a very, very accomplished surgeon. I would be willing to offer those services. You could throw yourself a tracker in me. Y'all can track me down if I don't come back. But we have some business to attend to previously, and I would be more than willing, after this business is concluded, to ship hop my way back here and do a little work for him. And maybe, as I said, instill some respect in others on his behalf in whatever manner he sees fit at a future date. I would need roughly, what would you say, Captain, to get where we're going, without disclosing where we're going, to get where we're going, and me to meander my way back here in a toot sweep, if you would. How long do you think?
3-4 months.
3 months?
Yeah, I'm saying that out of character for this.
I was about to say three or 4 months.
I was asking Mariana, but
Yeah.
Corey was asking the GM.
And this was Namen, so.
Well, I was doing the math from what Ray was telling us time-wise
I was
earlier.
doing-
Yeah,
so.
it sounds like it'd be
doing it
more
too.
like depending on.
And if you're ship hopping, it's probably going to take closer
It's
than
gonna be
4
real
months
quick.
because you're.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you probably get stuck in some places for a couple of days, yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada.
Yeah.
So, he kind
I
of
would
looks at
say-
you and he says,
let's say 6 months. I know that seems like a long time, but to get where we're going, me get back and me make my way back without causing too much trouble of a extra legal type before I get here. Extra legal, there's a term you might want to use in the future. It's a fun one. I like it quite a bit. So that I might not have to do anything too extra legal on the way back. 6 months. If I'm not back in 6 months, y'all track me down, do what you see fit.
he says,
I'm willing to let you literally put something in me to find me
he says,
so I can help get these people where they need to go.
he kind of looks at you and he looks around and he says, I apologize. Sometimes my manners are a bit atrocious. And he holds out his hand. He says, my name is Taylor Littleman.
I need to know now, how tall is he
Average
in
height.
comparison? Okay, so I've got a damn near about 6 to 8 inches on him then.
Yeah, he's like 5'10",
Yeah.
maybe.
He's like 5'10". That's what I figured. Okay. Given his demeanor, I was like, he's not a big person.
No, he's not trying to
I
bully
was like-
anybody besides.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He says, and he holds out his hand.
I offer mine.
He's like,
I do have my other hand in my bag with my left hand on my scalpel, though.
he's like,
I've been real slowly making my way that direction.
got it. And he shakes your hand and he says, and you are
Clayton McCoy.
like, Mr. McCoy. And he lets go of your hand. No funny business. No
Trying to be tough. Got it.
Yeah.
no shady
He
shit.
says, do you see my associate, Mr. We call him Deadeye. I don't think he really knows what his name originally was. You see my associate.
I do.
You see the enhancements that he has.
Yeah, and I don't know who did that work, but it could have been done better, and that's a possible service I could offer.
He says, that work was done in a manner it was done in to ensure that Deadeye understands his place and his function. Because he caused Mr. Niska quite a bit of pain And even when he was being tortured in order to find what he had done with the things he stole from Mr. Niska, he kept up with a smart mouth. So Mr. Niska decided that not only was he going to live, but he was going to live in ever-loving pain for the rest of his existence. And without the ability to flee from Mr. Niska's good graces. Mr. Deadeye does what he's told. We have plenty of people who do the exact service you're offering. And those people are tried and true and known commodities. If you did a few jobs for Mr. Niska and built up levels of trust and understanding, then Mr. Niska may consider bringing you on his crew someday. He's like, but most of these folks, they're ride or die for Mr. Niska. Because most of these folks, they ain't got much else. He says, so no offense intended. But in all honesty, that's not exactly a great deal. If Mr. Niska needs thugs, he has the money to come up with them. If he wants experts, he keeps them on staff.
That is completely fair.
He's like, my job here, because of who I am and what I did and do, as I said, is to maintain security on this station. Maintain law and order, if you were. He says, now,
Clayton does a chuckle.
In a place like this, that's still a very flexible thing, of course. He says, but you all have to understand. He kind of gestures to the entire group. You all have to understand. When it comes to giving Mr. Niska what he wants and what he needs, at the level you all are playing at right now, you don't have anything. Maybe your ship, maybe, and that's a big maybe. There's no offense, you've seen better days.
I'm so glad Nath is in the engine room right now installing.
He says, but
It's my ship, how dare you?
Hold on 1 second.
okay.
I have. You can continue, but I'm going to butt in here in just a moment. I have a feeling.
Gotcha. And he says,
I think I know where you're going with that, Corey. Because if you're looking at the
Yep.
ship's sanctions,
Yep.
he says,
Yep.
However, he does on occasion like to take and start new relationships. Now, as I said, we proffer that offer and you all are not willing. So we will leave you to it to find how you are going to come up with this recompense. And you have to understand something right now. The estimate I'm giving you is an estimate. Because as I said, most people don't say no to Mr. Niska. He's like, I've got to take this back myself. Risking Mr. Niska's ire by coming back with an answer he's not expecting. And then see what he has to say. And I will tell you this right now, I like you all. I'm going to do my best to put this in the best light possible. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, D&D Witter Wolf. We really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to put this in the best light possible. And Mr. Niska is a businessman. So he's going to translate his ire into proper business decisions. So, since we're at this point, he says, we're going to go ahead and allow you, like I said, to remain in the dock, do your business, whatever. I will be back once I have my answer from Mr. Niska. Deadeye will be staying here to keep an eye out over you and make sure that nothing happens that we don't really want to happen.
If I wanted to, say, make a roll,
Okay.
because I've given Deadeye a once over,
Mm-hmm.
kind of looked at all the work there.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to look, because the work is shoddy at best, right? And clearly it's for an intended
Whoa. The surgical work is
Okay.
shoddy. The
Okay.
cybernetics are top of the line.
Okay. And I don't know enough about cybernetics to really be able to ascertain the information I want. I was thinking the cybernetics were shoddy, like could do the job.
No.
Not.
They're
Perfect,
literally installed poorly because it causes him pain.
Yeah, no, I understood. I understood the purpose. Well, actually, even so, could I possibly attempt to ascertain if there was a means that I could cause this man to shut down?
Just the same means as any other human body. If you were to use a lot of electricity on him or anything like that, that would probably not make him feel great.
or a well placed scalpel in the spinal column.
Oh no!
Oh, that would kill him.
Oh no! Yeah, no. Then we'd kill Niska's man, and we'd have to pay for him too.
That's what
No
Clayton
matter
was. That's what Clayton meant by shut
400,000
down.
credits.
No matter how cool the cybernetics are, they are attached to a human body.
Yeah.
You kill the
Well, my
body.
thought was all.
War
Yeah,
crimes.
that's literally what Corey meant
War
by
crime.
shut off was kill. He was trying
Oh,
not
yeah,
to,
no,
he was
no,
trying
he
not
can
to say
be
kill.
killed.
Well, I was going both directions because he mentioned that it runs hot. I was also trying to think of maybe if there was a means for me to make it run so hot, accidentally or on purpose, to basically look like it malfunctioned enough to kill him. That was kind of my thought. But
there is
that
probably
would take
some
doing.
and there is some safety devices on cybernetics that stop
Yeah.
them from doing things that would cause damage. Like a cybernetic arm is incredibly strong, but it's still mounted to flesh and bone. So it can literally rip itself out of the moorings if it doesn't have safety protocols.
Yep.
So yeah, there is ways to kill him, but it's going to have enough safety protocols on it that it's not going to do things like heat up so bad it fries his brain.
I was honestly, frying was not necessary. Knock him out. Just, cause enough to put him down, I was just thinking we have a very accomplished engineer / mechanic on the ship, and that might...
Well, remember, she can't do that from a distance.
Oh, I know. All I would need is something done to allow me to do it. That was my thought. But that is probably outside of the realm of possibility from Clayton giving him a couple of a look over and racking his brain. He can't think of nothing off the top of his head. Corey can think of lots of things. Clayton probably could not.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know. Clayton has got more experience as a field surgeon from what you described. And
well, I mean, he was very much trained as a standard surgeon, but he's had a lot of experience in the field. Everything's top of the line when he does it, but it's in the field,
And cybernetics are much more of a specialty field because there's a lot of stuff dealing with rejection and everything like that, because you're putting a foreign substance in the body. So it is a surgical process, but there's a bunch of other stuff. So there's a lot of complications. And so it's a very specialized.
I'm just thinking about the immune suppressors this fucker's got to be on.
Yep.
Can we kill him with the common cold?
Oh wait, so I'm hearing is we sneeze on him like we would him.
No. Poor
Oh
Em.
no.
All right.
We love you,
So,
Em.
hey, it's actually gone way past normal time. We take a break. So let's do a couple of things.
yeah.
Number one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Electric Circus. It is time to start the raffle for tickets to win this big, bad, sexy beast who is Astroth, the Archdevil of Wrath. Now, we give away a mini every single month, and we're going to give away tickets for this month's drawing. Now, the way it works is if you are a subscriber, you automatically get 2 tickets for typing a keyword into chat. If you're a follower, you get 1 ticket. Every single show you watch, if you're watching during the 20-minute period, which is starting right now, you can put that keyword in and get your tickets. We will put up the tickets that as they sit right now into our Discord contest channel, and you'll be able to monitor how many tickets you have and see how many tickets everyone else has in order to judge who probably is going to win this month. But be sure you type in !devil into chat to get your raffle tickets. And we, these lovely people you say before you, are going to go. I got to get rid of this accent now. Are going to go ahead and take a 15-minute break, get into more drinks, get some snacks, and we will be right back here to continue with Crossing the Veil. See you in a bit.
It sucks a bit, don't it?
What?
I said it sucks a little bit, don't it?
What's that?
I get
You get stuck in an accent.
Oh,
get
yeah.
stuck
Oh,
for-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's-
Hold on.
it's-
There was
it's
one
in-
time.
It's hard in there now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. No. Phrasing, by the
Just
way.
stuck in the throat.
Ew.
It happens.
We're going to break. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for letting us come back. We're gonna muzzle Kel, so we'll stop talking and we can go live.
That will stop me.
That won't stop me. All right.
If Kel can still type.
Is he truly muzzled?
No.
Are any of us ever truly muzzled?
Yes, I told
Not
you,
on this
Corey.
stream.
Next time I visit, we'll make sure to bring the muzzle.
Hey,
I'm glad
baby.
that you're bringing your own toys this time.
Yeah, well, I thought it
We
was
know it's
rude
not
I
me.
thought it was rude last time. So, all right. Anyway.
Custom-made muzzle just for you.
Mm-hmm. So,
We mentioned this is an M for Mature channel, guys.
This is M for mature.
there is actually now a disclaimer that goes through chat.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Where? I don't think I've seen that yet.
It comes up. I don't know what's the timer on it. Hang on. Let me checkers. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the raffle entries, guys. Type in !devil if you want to get raffle tickets for the raffle this month from this week's show. Timers. It's on the second page because we have so fucking many.
Oh, sweet tea special, guys.
Sweet tea special.
For me? Oh,
Hey,
Oh,
numbers.
numbers.
But okay, Sweet Tea Special is the posture check, right?
Posture,
It's
stretch,
posture,
drink.
hydrate, stretch.
All three.
Why?
Because
Let's
you
see
gotta
healthcare.
move.
Numbers.
Drink
won't drink
some
water.
damn
I'm
water.
not straight enough
here's
for
the
any
thing,
of
guys.
this.
Here's the thing. Numbers, when Numbers redeems it, Numbers is also doing it with us.
Good.
Okay, that's good.
So-
I
Okay.
appreciate
But
that.
also,
Thank
I
you.
will say, I will not drink water. I got Pepsi.
It has water in it.
I got to switch out the Dr. Pepper for my blood for Pepsi.
What?
It's a joke among my friends from I drink so much Dr. Pepper. That's literally my blood at this point.
Oh. All right.
Kind of
yeah,
end with Pepsi.
all right. The message goes up every 30 minutes, by the way. Drink
Okay,
some
what's up?
damn water. It's self-care. I have tea.
That literally is water. It's literally dirty leaf water.
Dirty leaf water. And I use artificial sweeteners because I'm
Well,
diabetic.
Well, actually, no, I'll say because technically it's boiled, so it actually like to make for the most part.
It's
It's actually
sterilized dirty water.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, you guys, what are you guys gonna do?
So has Natha finished installing all of this?
Yeah.
Probably not. Oh,
Okay, perfect. Because it was just the circuitry board and then running the diagnostic to make sure it matches everything.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So Nathan's gonna come back out thinking we're running the thing for Niska. Like, oh, sorry, Ian. So, yeah, she's gonna come out and be like, all right, so everything's set, got it run, it's registering just like he said it would. So, we have enough time to get everything loaded, and then we can get out of here.
We're not going to load anything just yet. We're discussing the possibility of not doing the job. I think we're going to have to do the job. I hate to say it, but we're probably going to have to. Niska gets what Niska wants, and that's pretty clear at this point. So
I mean,
I feel like if we could have a conversation with the man directly, it'd be one thing, but I don't think that's going to happen.
we've heard a few things out where I'm from about Mr. Niska. So,
Oh, I've had a few people from where I'm from end up in Niska's employ. I just wasn't quite aware of how big his organization was, that sort of thing. So I offered my services, and apparently that would not, Mr. Niska would not be interested. Of course, I'd prefer to hear from his mouth, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Wait, okay. Are we saying this just amongst ourselves or loud enough where the other two can hear it?
we're in the
well-
engine, if I believe, like you guys
Well,
went in, or no.
Yeah,
No,
I was thinking that we walked inside for a second because I'm going to take inventory of all of our stuff. That's what I'm about to go do, is take an inventory of all the supplies we have, or actually more likely go and pull my detailed notes of inventory because he's definitely done that.
Okay. So
His neuroses knows no
you let
ends.
the gentleman, but you let the other two guys head back
Much
to
like
talk to
mine.
Niska, right? Oops.
Uh,
Sorry about that. You let the other two guys head back to talk to Niska, though, right?
Yeah. I know that. Little man, which is what I'm going to call him. I guess little man is correct, but little man, which does for me fit. But little man, I went back, but dead eye is what they call him, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny on two levels because he's only got one living eye, and he's probably a dead eye. It's funny on multiple levels. But he was staying behind just to watch us. He's watching our airlock, basically, right?
Mhm.
He's not coming in the ship. He's just hanging out.
Mm-mm.
Perfect. Then we're. I figured we all kind of went to the engine because the engine room would also be the furthest, one of the furthest places.
It's so
from
loud.
that
It's
thing.
so loud
Yeah.
in there.
So while we're talking
pretty
like
much.
this, we're actually yelling at each other pretty notably over the muffled sound of the engine.
What did you say?
Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure where we were at this point when we were talking about this, because after you mentioned how you offered services to Niska,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to chime in going, yeah, and you were out of your damn mind.
Hey, you let me do what I'm gonna do. I saw an opportunity to help all of you out, and maybe
So
give myself an opportunity to work some shit out in the near future, but apparently not.
all right. So here's the thing: are we going with it or not? Because if we're sending someone back to Niska, like he probably ain't going to be too happy that we said no in the first place, and then that offer is going to get so much worse.
I was like, if we do end up changing our minds, want to take it, that Deadeye, whatever the hell his name is out there, must have a way to talk to the other guy.
Yeah, if
Oh,
we
for sure they have comms. Okay, Miss Mariana? We clearly can't do 400K. That ain't gonna happen. Oh yeah, that's
what?
That's for 400K is the penance we have to pay for inconveniencing
No.
him. Yeah,
All right, no,
you see
that
the
we
problem
can't afford
here.
that. I cannot do
I
enough
could do
work.
400K worth of work. I could do 400K worth of work over the next 10 years, but at the same time, that's going to gain
10
interest in
10
that,
years.
and it involves all of you, which is the problem. If it was just me,
Yeah.
I'd say yes, I wouldn't care. But
I mean, and we have our
I
and she
understand.
just kind of gestures at the med bay without having to
I
say that
ex-
loud. So
I explained exactly what I offered. I explained to Ian what I offered, and you tell me, it doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world as far as offers go.
no, but like money gets you places.
Mm-hmm.
Money gets you so far, and so I can understand why someone like Mr. Niska might not be interested in just having another person for hire with an unregistered ship. And so are we taking that offer, or
It looks like we're gonna have to.
should
And I
someone?
thought that might be the case. I'll go talk to Niska directly if necessary. I'll go tell Deadeye that we've changed our mind because it's only been a couple of minutes, and this is a big fucking ship, and I know he ain't up there yet. So, nothing else. I can probably catch up to. I can probably catch up to Littleman, if nothing else.
All right. So do we
up to
want to
you.
do that like right now, Captain?
Mariana?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because 400K, that's
Yeah.
a lot, Mariana. Even with what we could do with this ship in the future, like that's more than, especially if we're
I'm
stuck at
all-
dock.
Yeah, we can't. Not.
I'm already gone.
Take it.
I'm going to Deadeye. and I'm gonna say,
Sorry,
hey,
off.
yeah, I'm off. You said yes, so I'm gone. I told you I'd do it. And I talked to Deadeye. Hey, you got a means of contacting your friend?
He's like, of course.
Well, go ahead and tell him that we agree to the terms. We'll go ahead and take the job. Tell him he doesn't have to tell Mr. Niska nothing. We've had a further discussion. We decided we'd take it. He comes back with that pad. We sign. We go as soon as you were done getting loaded.
He kind of looks at you and he
Unleash
says,
the Kraken.
he kind of looks at you and he says, all right, it's done.
Perfect. I
And you
figured
see-
as much.
And you see,
That's a real. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm not gonna lie to you, buddy. That's a really neat. I know it probably causes you immense amount of pain, but that's some cool fucking hardware. I won't lie to you. I know the trade-off is probably not worth it, but it's
and you see Taylor come just
Real
walk around the corner.
Mhm.
And he's got like another taco.
yeah. I figured you wouldn't be too far.
He's like, I
I-
figured you would have
between-
been smarter to take him up on the first offer, but
Between you and me,
uh-huh.
I understand Niska gets what Niska wants. I understand that. I was testing the waters to see what might be available. My offer still stands to work for him in the future after our deal is done. I just would like to put that out there.
And he says, well, look,
uh,
and I wasn't joking.
Yeah.
Niska does not bring anyone onto his service unless he knows them. Now, you guys are all unknown commodities.
Now, I want to clarify real quick, not you guys. Myself. None of them with this. Me. I'll come back when I'm done with what I'm doing.
Because you're
I
part
understand
of
what
one
you're saying.
crew, I'm just generalizing right now. He says, Mr. Niska makes sure he knows all of his people very well. He likes to get to know them and their families and their friends. He is
Well,
a
that's a
very
pretty short
concerned
list for me.
employer.
It's a very short list for me. I don't have really any of those. So
What
You know-
family and friends?
People who don't have a lot of connections kind of find it hard to gain Niska's trust.
we can approach the conversation at a later date. I'll come back at a later time and see where we go from there. But for now, we'll sign off. I can't sign off, not my ship, but Miss Mariana, probably pretty close behind me. I'm assuming you didn't run through the ship. I straight just jogged through the ship because that's just blatant.
Hey, I'm more than willing to wait here.
Yeah.
Look, if you're going to do business with Niska, which obviously you're going to have to, he says, out of all the ways you could do business with Niska, at being at this level is your safest. It's always a story out there, but I'll repeat it for you. Don't want to be in debt to Mr. Niska. Because you keep on thinking that there's a lot of people who work for Mr. Niska. And there are. But there's not many of them that are crew. Understand what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying.
You are offering to work for Mr. Niska. There aren't a lot of people. There's plenty of people who work for him.
Not many people offer to do so, I'm assuming.
No, there's plenty of people who want to do business with Mr. Niska. They want to work for him. But the problem is, as I said, Mr. Niska has a lot of people who work for him because they owe him. He has very few people who are crew. People that work,
Understood.
the people that work for Niska on this station, crew. It takes a lot to get there.
I think I do understand. And I appreciate your candor. I truly do.
He's like, if you're serious about wanting to be a part of this organization, and from the things you described you're willing to do, I think you understand rightly what this organization is comprised of and what entails being a part of it. So, if you know these things and you're still willing to be a part of this, then that might mean you have what it takes to be a part of this.
where the wind takes me in the near future.
Well, the big thing is we just need to make sure that you get the opportunities you need to gain that level of trust.
Of course. And I think this first job might be a good step. And I'm going to say narratively, that's about the moment that Mariana makes her way up.
You good with that, Lissa?
Yes.
I just don't want to take up any more time.
So
I've taken up plenty
Mariana,
today.
You come out of this. How are you feeling right now, Mariana?
She is just like you know that shell-shocked numb feeling after a huge tragedy? That's how she's feeling.
Sounds about accurate.
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
So
This bitch has like proper PTSD at this point.
Oh yeah. What I was gonna say is, so you're kind of probably walking out with that look on your face, that whole stunned. Your eyes are kind of a little bit wider than they should be. You know, you're kind of walking out like a zombie almost. And you come walking out, and he kind of, and Taylor kind of looks at you and says, "You all right, Captain?"
Yeah, I'm fine.
He's like, "I need to make sure of something, Captain. I don't mean to be a pest, but you are coming at this with the full understanding and knowledge and doing this of your own free will."
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right, I'm just making sure. I know that crew can put a lot of pressure on you sometimes. And I'm just making sure that, you know...
We lost my parents recently, so...
I am very, very sorry. That is a horrible tragedy to befall anyone. He says, all right, as long as this is just, I understand what you mean now, I understand what you're saying. He says, standard agreement still applies. Mr. Niska doesn't know anything about you turning him down. He says, so all you have to do is put your mark on this data pad, and we will have the gentleman come down and start loading you up.
She does so.
Okay.
Just leave us some room to offload what we have. I'm going to go make a couple of
He's like,
deals.
I know that's a 100-ton compartment and you got on board there. We did make sure we did the math correctly. You should have plenty of extra space. You came onto the dock light anyway, so.
I just mean leave me a space to get my stuff around.
He's like, oh yeah.
Just a request. No assumptions. Yeah.
He's like, how long do you need? Remember, time sensitive.
Yeah. I figure having walked the area a little bit, hour 2 max for me to go have some conversations.
I can probably get you an hour and a half, and that's it.
Well, how long is it going to take to load the cargo?
He's like, they'll have the cargo loaded and secure in 20 minutes. He's like, and we've already started fueling.
Okay.
Well, if you could point me in the direction of someone who might be interested in a hefty amount of horse tranquilizer, we could make this real quick. If you just point me in the direction of someone who might be interested in that kind of supplies.
This is what Nathan walks. This is what Ian walks into. If you know someone who wants a healthy amount of
horse tranquilizer,
I'm taking it that the deal went all right then, or
yes, Ian, we're good.
Right.
We're good. We're just talking logistics of us offloading what's currently on the ship.
Yeah, everything should register, so Mr. Niska won't have any more issues with an unregistered ship. Sorry.
Wait, I just realized if all three are gone, that means none of us are on the ship except for me then, because I definitely would not be leaving the ship with these guys.
Well, we're just outside the
Yeah,
ship.
we're just outside the airlock. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was already like a good distance down the way,
No.
like not
No.
near
No.
Niska's, but still
No,
out of view of the ship.
He literally went to the taco place that is visible from our ship.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
from
didn't
our
hear that.
airlock.
Went around the corner.
I didn't hear that part.
He
Never
just
mind.
went around the corner. Yeah. He knew he said it.
Rated.
Yeah, rated by Bacon.
Hey,
Raiders.
hey guys.
What's up, Will? What's up?
Hi, Will.
Is that
Will
the Will?
has
It's radio
Yeah,
free will.
radio
Yeah.
free will.
The radio
The
free
will.
will.
It's
The
the
radio
radio
free
free
will.
will.
Radio
It's
free
not.
will.
It's not any of those imposter radio free
That's-
wills.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
It
even
is
just
the actual king of Beggar Street.
Beggar talk.
Beggar talk.
It's true. Also, we have apparently broken him with September, according to his story or his
Yes,
most recent
yes.
video I saw.
Nice. I was gonna say, but it's also that one blonde nerd, Tell Our Tales, because their Volition of Onyx game.
Yeah, the
Ah.
Onyx and gold.
Oh, that's right. It is Friday.
It is a glorious thing to be Friday. But yes, so Mariana, he holds the data pad out to you. And you just press your thumb to
Mariana
it.
is. Yeah, she's
All
gonna
right.
press her thumb to it and sign her fucking soul to the devil for a couple weeks.
So he takes it and he looks at it and he says, "All right." He kind of swipes it and he's like, "It's in." He says, "We will begin loading you up with the cargo as soon as you give us the all clear." He says, "I'm going to go ahead and order the supplies to get down here ASAP." He says, "We will go ahead and top off your consumables tank, your water tank." And he says, "We'll take care of the unmentionables." He said, "As soon as you are loaded up, we ask that you guys get going. And remember,
Now,
if you can come in under the 14 days initial, is if you come in under that, then you do get 20 grand bonus."
Sounds good.
Half a tank of gas at Niska's prices.
Yeah.
And when we go out to the, outer rim, it's still going to be cheaper than Niska's prices.
Yeah.
You guys are headed
Oh, yeah,
out
this-
the outer rim?
No, I think I was saying that out of
Here.
wait. Were you saying
Yeah,
in
that's
character or
out
out
of
of character?
Out of character.
Okay. I was about to have to try and play that off.
I was like, I got her. She just said that. Now she's got a mouthful of food. They're not going to be able to stop it.
This is out of
No,
character.
but
Me and my tacos.
well, see,
I talked about tacos too
because-
much. I needed them.
I'll say because no one has chosen to bring this up yet. I'm going to ask. It was Travis, right? It was the name of the Littleman.
Taylor.
Travis Taylor.
Either.
At least it was T.
It was a T. Yeah.
No, but going like, so what's the name of our contact in the on that moon?
He says, once you get into the Kalidasa system, he's like, they will know who you are. He's like, your transponder's already been registered and it's on the, and he points to the data pad that's on the contract. They'll be looking for your transponder. Make sure you're using that transponder when you come into the Kalidasa system. Understood?
Understood.
Says, as soon as your transponder comes up, they will hail you, and then you guys will make arrangements for the drop off.
All right, perfect. I can make sure that all gets taken care of in the logs.
All right.
Do you want to make sure that this is not kept on record?
He says,
For Mr. Niska's privacy, obviously.
there is nothing. He says, you can record anything on your logs you wish.
Right.
He says, but I appreciate you asking. It shows forethought.
If we were to say, get stopped, what might these crates appear to be if we happen to get searched by somebody? So we can give them a story, do whatever we have to do. What are we looking at? Something that might be able to be passed off as some kind of, produce, something like that we could be like, hey, we can't open this up. You risk destroying the product. We need something to go off of here. In the most vague of terms.
Antimicrobial medical grade equipment cannot be exposed to any open environments.
Well, I guess you're lucky you have a surgeon on board, huh? Who can easily pass off that bullshit.
Where do you think I just came up with that line of bullshit?
Good
I
idea.
didn't hear anything, and will update our logs accordingly to the antimicrobial sterile
Yeah.
equipment that cannot be exposed to air, and update our safety protocols on the cargo, if that's all right with you, Captain.
Sounds perfect.
He says, all right, I'm going to leave you guys to getting yourself together. Like I said, hour and a half max. So get whatever you need to do done. He says, because those boys are coming in an hour and a half to start loading. Your cargo hold better be ready.
Don't need a conversation about it. Can he point me to somebody who might be willing to take this cargo? I know that he knows everyone here. He's had this conversation with every single person on this ship or on this space station. I know that he knows somebody. Even if it's another ship,
he stops.
that might need it.
He stops and he looks at you and he says, I know you're going to understand when I say this, that everything that happens here is business related, so nothing's personal.
Of course not.
When you initially turned down the offer, a word went out station-wide that your ship and your crew had nothing of any value that anyone on the station wanted.
Understood. Maybe we can offload it elsewhere.
He says, if you need the credits for something, we can arrange to take it at a fair market price. He said, if you don't need the credits and you want to offload it elsewhere, he's like, you'll probably get a better price for it off Niska Station right now until you finish this job.
Well, Miss Mariana, do you want to be carrying around a bunch of horse tranquilizer? Now, mind you, I'm sure there are logs adapted to this ship under your familial name that would indicate that you legally are the owner of all of these products, because it is by definition yours. Every bit of cargo that's on here is yours currently, aside from Mr. Niska's. Would you prefer to offload it, get rid of it, have money in your pocket? It is your money, but it will assist all of us in travel. Or do you want to maybe try to offload it somewhere that might be willing to pay a little better and might need it more?
Probably the latter.
Understood. Okay. Then we don't need to pursue my endeavors any longer.
He's like, in that case, I can send the boys over.
Go for it.
He's like, all right. And he kind of looks at you all over, and he says, I wish you the safest and fastest trip possible. And I wish you to safely and quickly conclude this business with Mr. Niska, as it will profit all of us.
Thank you.
Like,
I do appreciate your time.
He's like, and I appreciate yours, as does Mr. Niska. He says, he kind of turns around. Yep. Spins back around.
No. This was for okay. Ray, not for yeah. I realize that now was was much more Clayton than Corey, but I was attempting to ask Ray something. But you can go ahead, finish what you were doing.
Oh no, he was just walking off the ship. I thought you were saying hey to him. So
no. You mentioned he had a rolled cigarette before. Did he ever smoke that the entire time he was there? Nope.
Never.
Where did he keep it on his person?
He kept on tucking it behind his ear.
Tucking it behind his ear? Damn it, never mind. I was wondering if I would do. I was just wanting to. Clayton too, just wanted to steal the man's cigarette off. just to prove a point. Because I have the physical ability to do it. I have the stats that I could probably pull off that roll. Mm-hmm. But it would be Deadeye that I'd be worried about. Because he'd definitely see me do it.
Question. Because of suggestions like that, can we get like a himbo redemption for points? Well, Himbo Herbo. 'Cause
Himbo
also-
Yes, Vimbo.
Let's,
Thimbo.
You can.
No, not that.
Thimbo. So
not
No,
saying Herbo.
you guys are. The moment he goes off ship, you guys are only like alone at the ship for 10 minutes before a loading crew comes up, and you hear on the access hatch to the cargo hold, which is further down and a much bigger access point. You hear pounding on the airlock door from the cargo hold.
Open the airlock door and let them in to load up the supplies.
So the airlock on the pod opens up. You see a loading crew, 4 guys. There's several pallet jacks. Each one of them, one of the hover jacks. Each one of them is pulling one. They start bringing them in. These are very large crates. They're metal crates, metal framed, metal sided. They had something stamped on all the sides. It has been painted over with black paint, where you can't read any of the stamps.
Quick question. Sorry, before we move on, what kind of black paint? No, what kind of black paint are we talking? Like, is this? Would there be a means that I could possibly shine a light on this in the right way and see what I'm looking at here, or has this been done properly? And
It's been done in multiple layers to where it's the same height as the previous stamp.
I figured as such.
But
damn it.
One thing that Kel, Oz, and Corey recognize really quick: these are military cargo containers.
Yep.
Oz,
Mm-hmm.
these are weapons containers,
Mm-hmm.
Great.
and they are not
Fucking
small arms.
great.
Yep, I had a feeling. We were either moving illicit substances or weapons. It was one or the
Yep,
other.
I knew it had to be one or the other. That's why every bone in my body was trying to get the fuck out of this, and I don't see a fucking way we can.
Oh,
Listen,
no, game
this
was
is a
way-
narrative game. We were never getting out of this.
As
This is
soon as,
happening.
Yeah, no.
as soon as Ray
Like,
said that,
Nathan's just
No.
looking at the cargo containers
Dude,
like, all
how
right.
many times
all right.
did I say you want to go to Niskas? You're intentionally going to Niskas. Really?
no.
Hey, it was the
Niscus.
best option.
oh no, I just typed it
was
in the voice call chat. Because I originally was thinking like, oh, it's probably this Firefly's version of Spice, but then it clicked when I was like, oh no, this has been like painted over a few times. Like, wait, what if this is a crate of like those stamped protein bars like we saw in the first few episodes of Firefly?
No, that was that's the Alliance meal bars that have like your immunizations and everything in one bar.
Yeah, but like so they're like literally each bar was stamped.
Yeah, they're marked.
Are these alliance crates?
Yeah,
Oh,
most.
Yeah,
definitely.
Natha has no qualms about any of this right now.
Yep,
just
that's
like
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately when
Well,
Clayton
see-
sees the first crate come on, y'all hear him audibly laugh, light a cigarette, and just start kind of ushering them directions. Just
Yep.
Oh, no,
cigarette.
like-
watch the
Mitchell's
wires,
gonna have-
watch the wires,
do
watch
this.
the wires. What did I just say?
Mitchell's gonna have
four
purple
pallets. 4 pallets. Each pallet's about 10 tons. Each pallet is
The dimensions are at least
eight-
15 by
eight-
15.
huh?
Are the dimensions at least 15? I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I know what's in these.
Yeah.
I think I know what's in these.
But
Mariana-
If Clayton were to
each crate
get a
is
hair.
as long as is half as long as the pallet.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Mariana has bummed a cigarette from Clayton and is just leaning against the wall.
You
Like,
just want a pack? I got like 3 cartons. If you just want a pack, you can have them.
no, I'm good. I just
Okay.
she's just like
these,
got
by the way,
this,
these
like,
are trash. These are definitely stale. They are not good.
They're
These were
American
stolen
Eagles.
from somewhere. American.
Yeah.
God, no. God.
Hate American
why?
Eagles, man. They were horrible.
Yeah.
American
No.
Spirits.
American Spirits.
No, American Eagles.
Eagle.
No,
Oh, no,
American
American
Eagles
Eagles,
is
yeah.
a brand. Eagle
Yeah.
is a brand, and it's awful. I smoked
Yeah.
spirits for 15 years. Don't be knocking my spirits, man.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
I
That's
just
why I said it
quit.
that way. That's why
Yeah, no.
I said it that way. Because
No, American Eagle is
when I smoked cigarettes, I smoked American spirits.
American Eagle is the one that you imagine a truck stop driver smoking.
Oh
Oh
god.
my
A guy who
God.
drives truck. It is definitely a guy who drives truck. It has a big old eagle on the side. It has like a terrible bald eagle on the side of the pack. It's on the package. It's awful. I've smoked them
Alright.
once, never again.
So
Yeah, but I'm just I'm seeing these crates and definitely probably recognizing what or potentially recognizing what type of crates these are. Definitely got some qualms about it, but not much else I can do if I want to keep on living.
So you guys, they get everything loaded up. When they get the pallets on, they basically the crates themselves magnetize to the pod.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
And they're not going to slip around.
well, as long as there's power, they also strap down the pallets with the straps in the cargo pod, and they secure them down with those. That way, in case power goes out completely, the mag locks, because the mag locks
Yeah.
in the crates have their own power, but batteries can go dead.
Yeah.
So if the power goes out completely and the mag lock batteries go dead, the cargo will still at least be strapped in place.
Yeah.
So the last guy comes out and he says, "I need a thumbprint for confirmation."
And Mariana steps over.
Yeah, we all just look at Mariana because she's the only one that's not a war criminal.
Well, everyone.
She's
Well,
the only
remember.
one who's
Everyone,
not a war criminal.
well, remember. as far as I
Everyone
know-
else is dead.
I'm
I would
pretty
say-
sure
Except for
right
me.
now this is like the definition of a war crime.
Hey,
Yeah, I was saying,
Mariana,
remember-
Mariana might also be thought of as dead because her ship got blown to shit.
Mm-hmm. Technically, this is a ghost ship.
Go
Yeah,
ship.
I was like I would say because Az and I, as far as the Alliance is concerned, are definitely dead.
The
You're
Mariana.
you're AWOL.
miraculously made it off of Hera.
Somehow.
Heroic, really.
Heroic.
With a bunch of misfits
Oh, we got raided again. My
that
side
she picked up
said-
at Niska's.
Hey.
Yeah, obviously. That's what happened.
Yeah. So,
So Mariana's gonna step over, flick the ash from the cigarette,
uh-huh.
take another drag, and as she's doing such, she's putting her thumb on the thumb pad. She has
Just
no
1,000-yard
qualms
stare.
with what this fucking,
Just- Yep.
she's like, nope, this is fine. I don't
This is
I don't
perfect.
want them to have this.
Mariana, ladies and gentlemen, has officially gone dead inside.
Wonderful.
Hey, my
No,
son, say
no,
thank you
no.
for the raid. Thank you for
No,
the raid, guys.
She's living for spite now.
Yes.
She's living for spite.
She is living for
Remember-
spite right now.
To everyone who just rated us, remember, if you throw us a follow, you'll be automatically entered to win this set of D&D core books. It's the Player's Guide, Monsters Manual, the DMG, plus the GM screen, and it comes in that amazing slipcase. It is a limited edition set, so it does have the foil stamped covers. We're giving this away when we get to 1,000 followers. Thanks to tonight, we are at 952, so we're on the downward spiral from 50 to get to 1K. So if you want to, please give us a follow. That's all we need, and you'll be entered to win. Thank you so much.
Now, see, the reason I'm saying Mitchell's having qualms about this is like, don't get me wrong, definitely don't want the Alliance having whatever's in these crates. But doesn't necessarily mean they're also going to good hands that could possibly use them.
Oh no, it doesn't by any means. But you know what? Right now,
Oh yeah, no, I get with how traumatized you are. Definitely understand where your thought train's going.
Clayton's
Natha
hoping
probably
that-
made these.
Huh?
Natha probably made
Oh
these.
yeah, they
Yeah.
easily could have been the maintenance person for him. Yeah.
Clayton's hoping
Zen's
that it'll
Ian.
be used. Clayton's hoping they'll be used to hurt the Alliance. That's the end
Yeah.
goal for him. So this is perfect.
yeah.
So let's do something real quick because I'm trying to figure out how this would work. So I'm going to look at some stuff.
What are
I'm
you trying?
Well, I want to see if number one, is anyone interested in trying to gauge with their knowledge what could be in these crates?
I mean,
Clayton is.
yeah, I'm about to say I was definitely going to attempt to figure
Actually-
out based on dimensions.
Actually, between the three of us, all having been in active combat in multiple combat zones, one person having worked on on military grade weapons equipment, and all of us having seen packages like this, it should be a fairly simple thing to, like, if we all stood together for a second, kind of discussed.
There's a lot of different type of munitions, weapons.
Of course.
Now,
of course.
the big giveaway is that each one of the crates is about 7 feet long, about 4 feet tall, and about 3 feet wide.
Yeah, I got.
What would this
out of
even be a
character.
roll for out of character?
So
Out of character, I got a pretty good idea what this is.
it's going to be intelligence first off.
Yeah, it's
Well, I
probably
figured as
mental.
much, but
Okay, mental. It's going to be no if you have
No.
anything in military alliance. No, yeah, that would work.
Yeah, and then better in the Unification War will be our distinction.
That would definitely work. Any possible distinctions that could go ahead and help out with a situation like Oz? Your Nath has the engineering distinctions, don't they?
They got rush job, and exceptional talent. It's for fixing things.
Wait, shouldn't you have a third distinction?
I'm scrolling. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, singing the blues.
What's that one?
Yeah, so what's that one?
That one's when we're doing social things.
Okay.
Nathan can
Nice.
talk, or sorry, Ian can talk about. I'm just a kid from the rim trying to make it in this world.
Oh,
You know?
trying to play the innocent country bumpkin, essentially.
basically.
I make them
Nice.
so sad they want to help us.
Okay, so if we need puppy eyes, we go to Ian. Got it.
Yeah, puppy eyes, you go to Ian. Yeah, exactly.
Just like in real life, you go to Oz.
Exactly.
Oh.
Which I
Yeah.
gotta hop off soon for
Got
getting
it.
ready.
Got it.
Yep.
We got like 10 minutes left, so you're good.
Okay.
So he says, so you guys are sitting there, and I need you guys to make me. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be smarts. It's gonna be if you have the no available, it's gonna be no. If you don't have the no available, I don't think it couldn't be like firearms or anything like that, because this is not firearms. This is,
No, I'm just using
several categories above that.
I'm just using a generalized no because my specialized no is alliance protocols, which would not be this.
Right. And then the
but
last
so-
one, and then like I said, any distinctions you can throw in.
Well, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot instead.
So
of
you
using
said,
my-
sorry,
Yeah.
just real quick.
No, you're good.
You said mental.
Mm-hmm.
No, if we have something that applies.
Mm-hmm.
Any other skills that I can't use more than one skill,
You
can
can
I?
pay a plot point to bring in a second skill.
Okay.
Does the
I'm not
trade
sure
guild
what-
know what these are? Because that's what my no is.
I doubt they would have
Yeah,
carried
that's-
these.
No, this is
No,
all,
I don't
this is
think
all,
everyone
this is all military grade stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
notice.
notice
Ian
no.
would have to actually see the what's
notice
in them,
would be
and we have to
like,
open
okay.
the boxes. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's not do that.
Yeah, notice would be more so
notice?
like, I'm trying to see, are they trying to hide something? That's what
Yeah.
notice is
Also,
for.
your
Okay.
notice technically I kind of just gave to you because you recognize all these as military containers.
for. Yeah.
Okay. That
That's
was the thing.
so-
Could I recognize what kind of container it is?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to figure out what skill I need to use for rolling.
I was like, right, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot here. So I'm still using veteran UK for his distinction, but I'm going to roll a D4 to earn a plot point.
Okay. Liz, you could
Yeah.
use a general no skill.
Okay.
What is the TN, by the way? Oh, shit.
By the way, Oz,
Mhm.
we've had a request from chat for the eyes.
for $129.99.
Dag OnlyFangs, ladies and gentlemen.
Dag OnlyFans, where you can find all of my poor characters that are having to go through September.
But I'd say, what's the
Trick is
TN
to
for
look into
this?
it.
The TN
Yeah, what is
is. I want to buy this.
All right,
Okay,
given that
I'm
I do
gonna
have
buy
to
it.
jump,
The TN is 15.
Okay, so so
Ooh.
you're not.
you got this.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
I'm
given that I
just
do have to
short.
jump for Figment Collective,
I
you just
Did you make your
We'll
roll?
fill you in.
so there you go. Have a good night.
Good night, guys. Good night, guys.
I did not quite get it.
Let me fix cameras. Ta-da! Fix cameras. Save that one.
Yeah,
in
I literally
particular.
shot myself in the foot.
Oh, someone bought. Yay! Thank you. Save that one
Did
in
you roll a-
particular was bought by anonymous played, but that you need to tell us who it's going for.
I was like, who's the save that one going to?
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to
We
declare
need to
which
know.
player.
That's a reroll one, isn't it?
Save that one in particular. Let me double check.
Let's go down. It's a 5.
I do not think it's a reroll though.
No, it's a blessed spell, or give someone a success on a dice roll or dice pool system.
So you basically get one success automatically. So on this system, you basically get to choose one dice and make it max.
Cool. Damn it! It was for Lissa.
Lissa.
Okay.
Ah, damn it! Because I rolled a 1 on that D4.
Well,
Oh.
you can. Hey, if that was for you, you could have used that to negate the 1.
I know. That's why I said, damn it.
All right.
So mine is an auto success for me.
You have
because
no. You
the-
have one. You can choose one of your dice and make it maximum.
Oh,
Thank you very
then
much for the description.
what I'm
We-
gonna do is I'm gonna choose this dice because it was a 5, and I'm gonna make it an 8, so I have a 16.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
Corey?
rolled a.
Okay, so one plot point to use Big Damn Hero dice. One plot point to move
Oh, wait, I forgot about that.
my. I have an ability with where is it?
Save that one
Where did
in
it go?
particular.
Never mind. I'm not seeing what I was looking for here. Well, then I have 1d10 and
Kel, you just
3d.
got to save that one in particular from numbers,
Thank you.
so you can negate your 1.
Yeah, that turns into a 4.
Okay.
That's still that. So, and actually, because it actually puts me now within decent range of being the TN, I'm actually going to use. I'm going to spend a plot point to actually use my Big Damn Hero dice to roll another D8.
Gotcha. All right, and what are you doing, Corey? What's your total, Corey? What was your total, Lissa?
16.
16? Okay,
Because
so
I
you-
rolled an 8 on the other dice, and so since I got to change the other one to max, 16.
Now, if you rolled a 1 in your Big Damn Hero dice, it doesn't count as a 1, but it does negate your Big Damn Hero dice as if it was rolled.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. I rolled one of the Big Damn Hero
Yes.
dice.
Are you
So,
fucking
it does
kidding
not
me?
count- it does not count as an opportunity for me or a complication against you
Oh, man.
because it's on your Big Damn Hero dice. That's one of the things we forgot to mention about Big Damn Hero dice is when you
Mhm.
spend those, you cannot roll a 1 on a Big Damn Hero dice. It
Okay.
doesn't count as a 1. And for those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, if you look in the chat window, hey, why isn't it up?
Yeah. Which, by the way, again, thank you, numbers, though. That still helped me out.
Where did I put my... Oh, because I don't have it on this scene. Hang on one second. I'm going to go grab something real fast. Doish.
I'm
Yo.
gonna tell you, I got exactly a 16,
Well, that's good.
and I spent 2 plot points to make that happen.
Sorry, guys. I didn't have the dice roll on this one. So if you see the dice that are up in here, if you can see the symbols, there's a D10. On my dice pool, I put in a D10, which is the general concept of, they're trying to identify what these crates are, and they already know their military grade. And if they didn't know that, then it'll be a D12 for the general difficulty of the task. The D4 is because the crates have been well camouflaged to conceal the labeling on them. The D8. The next D8 is because because they're actually working to do something they should not be doing because the Niska told them he did not want them to know it was in the crates. And the last D6 is because I don't like any of my players. And I paid for the last D6 out of and then there's things called plot points. So you get to make the pool for free. Okay? Then you roll the dice. I rolled a 6, a 4, a 5, and a 2. I add the 6 and the 5 together, I get 11. I decide I don't like that TN, it's too low. I spend one of my plot points, I add the 4 in. Now I'm keeping 3 dice. And so now my TN's a 15. I said, that's good because I wanted to make this hard. Then I tell my players what the TN is. And I told them 15. Now they get to make their dice pools up off of their character sheets, and then they roll. Lissa already got a 16. Corey already got a 16.
Yeah, but I realized what I was about to do.
What's
I
that?
realized how I'd made myself get an additional D10. I have an ability as when we did. I used one of the episodes to change one of my distinctions.
Yep.
And I have war stories. When you create an asset or take a complication related to a wartime flashback, I was going to say, if I were to create the asset of I've seen this before, that would bump my I was use a plot point to create the asset of, oh, I've seen one of these before. Let's call it that. I could take that asset and bump it up. So I would say creating that asset would be a D8 because it is attached to Veteran Unification War, and I can bump it up to a D10 in addition to my already standing.
And that's for
roll.
like 2 plot points then, right?
Yeah, there'd be 2 plot points taken
Got it.
down for it. Yeah, but if you're willing me to do that, I will go ahead and throw a D10 down.
Go for it.
And because I want to see how far.
If you want to spend the plot points, you got it. But remember, if you also have to spend a plot point to keep it after you roll.
That's fine.
All right.
I use plot points so much.
I know.
I don't see the
love
need to
this-
save them.
I love this game because you can hold on to plot points and then just make an insane roll.
All I need is 4. I just need 4. I need a 4.
You got a 3.
I'm about to say, Ray, I think when
That's
Jess was
10. I rolled a fucking 10.
There you go.
nice.
All
So
right.
Ray, I think when Jess was asking about being saved, I think Jess was talking about if you were to do the save that one on a big damn hero dice. I think that's what Jess was going for,
Well,
not banking.
if you do that one, then they choose what dice they want to throw it on. You could use it on a big damn hero dice if you wanted to. It's just the same, but the thing is, he has protection from what the negative on the big damn rolling a 1 is on a big damn hero dice. He doesn't have protection for what a rolling a 1 on a normal dice is. When the players roll a 1, it brings a complication into the story, which makes their overall problems worse. And if the GM rolls a 1 in his dice pool, it gives the players an opportunity, which makes the GM situation worse.
Numbers is asking away if he could monetarily give plot points.
I
Alright,
don't really have a way to do that.
Well, I mean, we get 1 plot point every episode, and there's multiple ways for us to generate them too.
yeah, there's
Very good question. Very good question.
Just plot points just rain from heaven. Where did it rain?
I mean,
go?
yeah, remember there was one episode, I think I got like 4 plot points in that one session,
Yeah.
and then I used like 5 of them in another episode.
Well,
Speaking of,
you guys spend plot points like crazy. I never worry about that. You guys are
Speaking
really
of-
crazy.
yes.
I have Guild Trader. So I've got Shadow of the Guild. Gain 1 plot point when your decision to go against the trade guild's oh, never mind.
Oh.
Well, no, I would argue this puts us in danger.
Yes, it does, and it definitely goes against the regulations of the trade guild because you're not supposed to smuggle shit.
So can I gain a plot point?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you're still at 16. Corey's at 26 because you kept the other one because you're for 16 before that.
Yep.
What was your total, Kel?
I say, unless someone does anything else, 8.
Oof.
I mean, you don't have any more plot points to give or anything like that.
I I can give him the plot
no,
point
no,
I just
I
got.
don't have, I don't have any other dice to roll though. There's nothing else I can
okay.
roll to add to it
Oh, gotcha.
because I rolled.
And you can also remember spend plot points to build a dice, but that's stupid expensive.
Yeah, and I don't have any way of doing that because I rolled because I had a D10, a D6, and then I opted for the D4 instead of a D8 to get a plot point.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled 2s on the other ones, the 1 on the D4, but then numbers gave me the
Thank you, numbers. He just gave us
save.
Yes, thank you, numbers.
He just gave us his last 5 bits. Oh.
But no, but the numbers gave me the saves. That D1 or the 1 on the D4 turned to a 4.
Uh-huh.
I spent a plot point to roll a D8 for my big damn hero dice, and that's when I rolled a 1 there.
Yeah, but like I said, you have protection from that, so it doesn't cause
Yeah.
any issues. And you don't get to, because you never get to add 1s to the total. So
Yep, that's why it's 8.
And so, do you have any more plot points left?
Yeah, I still got like 6.
So here's how you build a dice with plot points, and this is why it's so expensive. First off, you buy the option to have another dice, and it starts at a D4, and then you can step it up for every plot point you spend. So it goes from a D4 to a D6, a D6 to a D8, a D8 to a D10, and a D10 to a D12.
See,
so for 5 plot points, you can have another D12 to roll.
Yeah,
But
see,
it counts as a normal dice.
Yeah. See, if we were attempting to open these, I could use my signature asset of a lockpick, but obviously we ain't going to try and open these. We ain't that stupid.
Well, Jessica just gave you a save that one in particular.
Oh, wait, they did? Where? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll be using the, because hold on, let me see. Yeah, I can just use on the big damn hero. That puts me at 16.
Okay. And that will get you your big damn hero. Well,
No, I only beat it by 1.
I only beat it by 1.
Oh,
okay. 16. Got it. Yeah,
what was the
Kelly,
highest?
you get a 10.
Corey
Wait,
gets one.
Corey get 10. 10.
Yeah, Corey beat it by 10.
Okay.
Yeah, 10. Add a D10. Do you have a D10
I
on
beat it by
yours?
11, actually.
Yeah.
Or 11, my bad.
So you get to dictate the scene. So, well, it's kind of not. I'll just give you all the information because you basically know exactly what's these containers.
So I wanted to say I did use the flashback of I've seen this before
Oh,
because I
okay.
apparently have a mechanic that I can have flashbacks.
Yep.
Can
Nice.
you message me what it is and I build a scene off of that to let
Yeah,
everyone see what
absolutely.
I see? Yeah,
Absolutely.
send me a message just what it is real quick.
Yeah.
And I'll do the reveal.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Which-
Hang on one second. Let me send it to you via Discord.
Corey,
It's a
while
narrative game.
while they're doing that, I sent you a DM at seeing if we were on the same wavelength. Can you actually see? Let me know what your idea is before he tells you, because I want to see if we were thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Where are you, Corey? That's Kel. Too many people. Corey, you don't message me often enough.
Hold on.
There you go. I found you. All right.
Well, that went through right after you said I found you.
No, it's okay.
Possibly kill.
Just because the sheer weight is why I thought that too. Granted, your guess I can see though too, especially depending on the yield.
Yeah.
Okay. I just got gummy dice ads, and I kind of want
Wait, gummy dice?
gummy dice!
Like actual edible dice, or they're just supposed to made to
Yeah.
look like gummies?
Edible dice.
Fucking damn it! Now I need to spend. I don't need more things to spend money on.
I do apologize for long pause, guys, but I feel like this will be a fun way to reveal.
No, that'll.
Yeah.
I
Being that it's a-
agree. That's
being
why
that
I'm
it's a
stalling
narrative
by
thing,
talking
yeah.
about dice that
I
I
know.
have an ad for. Ooh.
I'm just trying
And
to
this
remember
is
how
how-
to spell words.
I
So
think
that
Jess.
one was violet. These are rhubarb and custard.
Nice. I
I
said,
probably spelled
listen.
this wrong, but there you go.
Jess is asking if they are special dice.
Yes.
No,
Are
they're
they
not
CBD
special dice.
gummy dice?
That is
No,
exactly
this
what
is
I
a
thought.
shop in the UK.
So, as Clayton looks over the crates,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of gets a wild look in his eye. The camera kind of zooms in for a moment, pulls back out, and Clayton is actually on a transport ship flying onto some planet. He doesn't even know which one. He's been traveling for so long. And as he's kind of shaking, there's a crate. Actually, a couple of crates on the back of the transport ship he's on. And he's seen them before. And as they are landing on the planet, there is another much larger ship there. And about 5 men get skids and start to pull these crates over. And as they get to one of the ships, a little crane reaches over, pulls the top of the lid off, and revealed is a large missile meant to be traveled from ship to ship. And in Clayton's mind, he sees the destruction that these things will rot on the brown coat scum as he sees them at this time. As we kind of pull back out of Clayton being in a very he looks shaken, knowing what he has, but at the same time being okay. And he turns and he kind of looks at you two.
If you are caught with these,
oh, dead.
You will
dead.
Oh yeah, no, we're fucking dead.
You will have a pretense of a trial before you are fucking shot.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Why do you think I was trying desperately to not?
I look at you two and I go, these are ship-to-ship missiles. These can be loaded with nuclear material if so chosen. They shouldn't be too much of a problem while they're in their crates, but we should probably try to keep under any major radars we
have
can.
No idea what they're armed with. All that information has been covered up.
Well, of course. But while they're in those crates, the likelihood of them jostling is very slim. The likelihood of them going off while they're in the crates.
Well, the big thing is that these are modern weaponry, so the odds of them going off when they're not supposed to is very, very low.
Pretty slim, but it's even lower as long as they're in one spot. But never zero. It
is never zero. And if they have any type of conventional loads, like standard munition loads, it's even higher than if they were nuclear.
Yep. Really, and I explained that to Mariana. Be like, honestly, if they're nuclear, we're in better shape than if they were some kind of explosive.
Except for all the radiation.
Yeah, aside from radiation, but we can deal with that. I mean, if they're secured properly, it shouldn't be an issue. But realistically, as long as we stay fairly out of major lines of sight of anyone, and don't have no one scanning for these kind of things, we should be okay. Most of these are pretty much secured. I would correct. Most of these are pretty much secured to being like, I'm sure the Alliance makes sure that other people can't scan their boxes and know what they have in them.
Yes, but
I'm sure there's some shielding there.
They're also, they put trackers in them. They do all this other type of shit.
As soon as we were off the space station, I was going to demand we start scanning for any trackers or anything. Might not be able to remove them, but at the same time, Niska's probably already done that. It's not his first rodeo. So,
yeah, and the weight for these missiles is based on the sheer number of missiles that there are there, and the fact that every single one of them, by the weight, must be completely fueled. So if they're conventional explosives, usually conventional explosives are fairly fucking heavy. So you now know that you are undoubtedly carrying military grade ordnance of a type that you would have no excuses for if you get busted with.
Would I, given the size and shape of the box, would I know how many are in each crate?
One.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to make sure I gave the right visual of them having to use a crane to lift it into place. Yeah.
But you gotta remember, there's 4 rows of these, and each row is stacked 8 high. Oh, sorry, 4 high. Yeah, 4 high.
So it's about 16 missiles per pallet.
Yeah. And you've got 4 pallets.
Okay.
So 48 missiles.
And it's like a standard Navy gunship, like the fighter types, like the ones that killed Mariana's family.
No, but
they only equip like 4.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely equipping some kind of probably terrorist organization, realistically. But being who they're terrorizing, Clayton's fine with that.
Well, who says
is okay?
Well, who's to say they're going to? Who's going to say they're terrorizing the Alliance?
There's no other large government body to terrorize. There's only a singular government body.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a government body. It could also just be essentially terrorizing like a settlement to make sure they stay essentially under the heel of their thumb.
And also, this is someone who went through Niska to get this.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm not saying they aren't there, but it also could just be literally like a tyrannical group trying to control settlements.
Which is totally fair. But they are ship to ship specifically. They are meant for a specific thing. It would be a dramatic amount of overkill and overspending to be buying these for on planet. This is the kind of thing that you use to take out to take a ship out or to damage a large ship to steal from it. This kind of thing a space pirate would use.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Space pirate. Yeah.
Most ships your size would be completely destroyed by one of these.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're talking freighter size. We're talking huge, like intergalactic Titanic size freighter ships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, kind of thing. You scare people with these more often than you kill people with them.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're the Alliance, then you drop them on civilians. But,
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, this is later than we normally go, so we should probably get ready to wrap the heck up.
Yeah. But as I explained that to all of you, Ian comes up and hears only the tail end of, well, if they were nuclear, they'd actually be safer than being traditional ordinances. And realistically, we're probably arming some terrorists.
Someone needs to mess DM Oz in Discord and say, we're carrying nuclear weapons.
Oh no, I've already messaged them saying like, so the crates contain ship-to-ship missiles. One step ahead of you. But no, I can actually just imagine Nate also doing like, okay, well, hold on. They said they were this way. Now it could be, might be this much fuel, might have this much gunpowder, or this much, them literally trying to break down the weight. I can see Nate doing that.
Hello to the Cantrip Cast. Thank you very much for the bits. We greatly appreciate it. We're getting ready to wrap up here. We have been playing Firefly TTRPG, which is a Firefly RPG that was made using the Cortex rule system. We've also been doing a little bit of a demo on what the Cortex system is like and how the roles are built and everything like that. It's a unique system in the fact that the GM actually rolls to create the target number that the players are going to have to try and hit, and then the players create a dice pool to try and meet that target number. Very narrative system, very heavily narrative driven. There's a currency in the system called plot points. They spend like mad. You get them like crazy. And they're basically the currency of the game, and they power the game, and it makes it very cinematic. It is absolutely cool. And the Cortex system is very adaptable, kind of a lot like we were just talking about earlier, Powered by the Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you make a character in the Cortex system, literally your background story that you create the character with creates the statistics for some of the statistics for the character. And so it really gets really detailed in that. It's really, really cool. We are going to go ahead and see what we're going to be doing next, because I think we're going to go raid somebody. I'm trying to give Lissa some time to get back.
Yep.
But let's see who's out there.
I was like, I know Figment Collective is supposed to be starting soon, since Oz did for that to get ready for that.
They started at 11, so they should be picking up here in just a moment.
Yeah,
they should be like end the game.
Hey, 11? I'm about to say, but I forgot you're going off your time. That's the only thing that always throws me off is like almost everyone here is Central or Pacific time. Me and Liz are the only Eastern.
Oh yeah, I know. It, and I'm Central, so it's like middle time zones are the worst. Because no, you're never on time for anyone's anything. You're told as.
We're always
Jess messes Az too about the missiles.
Az is like, why is everyone messaging me about missiles?
$5 to go make a TikTok with their reaction.
So there is. I'm waiting to see if we can get the cantrip cast going here, but not cantrip cast, but
Figment Collective.
Figment Collective, because the cantrip cast is in chat. Hi again. So what we're gonna do is, let me remind everyone: if you have not followed us yet, please give us a follow. If you do, you will automatically be entered to win a set of D&D core books. Now, this is the limited edition set. This is the set that has the foil stamped covers. I'm trying to find a picture of the books. I don't have one on this one. Really, I don't.
Here.
Did you just say you got drunk?
Nope, I said jump up here.
Hope I need
We're gonna finish the stream with dog.
What did the dog do? Jump on you again?
No, he didn't. I was trying to get him to.
So this is what we're giving away with 1,000 followers. We are giving away the player's guide, the monsters manual, the DMG, plus that GM screen. It comes in the slipcase. These are the limited edition set, which has the foil stamped covers, so they're shiny and they're sparkly. They look different than everyone else's, and this is going to be given away to one follower when we hit 1,000 followers. And as you can see by the little tracking banner in the bottom there, we are at 953 followers now, so we're getting very, very, very close. Thank you all very much for the help. Also, every single show we have a 20-minute period where we give away a raffle ticket, and that raffle ticket is going to be good for a chance to win the mini of the month, which this month happens to be this bad boy, Astaroth, the Archdevil of Wrath. He comes on about a... Yes, Astaroth. He's on about a 6-inch base. Stands about 9 inches tall. Do not say anything about it in chat. Oh, thank you so much for the subs, Captain Caffeine. Really appreciate it. Shut up about the breadth, width, and height thing. You guys are children. Or actually, no, you guys should never be allowed near children. Kel, you need to give up all your kittens. You're corrupting them.
Whoa.
Anyway, it's a 4K mini, so it's a super high quality. It prints out literally at the quality that you see it there. And we're going to give this away at the end of this month. The only way you can get chances to win is by entering from one of the getting raffle tickets during the shows. And subscribers get 2 tickets, followers get 1 ticket. You can get tickets every single show. So the more often you watch, the more tickets you get. Also, do not forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you have a free subscription that you can give to any show. Do not count on Captain Caffeine to give you a subscription. He is amazing, but he is one person and he gives out lots of subscriptions and we love him very much, but it can't all be on him. You guys can do it too. You have a free sub to give if you have Amazon Prime. So just, if you want to give it to us, we'd be greatly appreciative of it. Now, in the meantime, let's go ahead and see if we've given them enough time to get on yet. Boop, boop, boop. They must be having technical issues.
Yes, and Az just got back to me. They just went, oh no. But also, while we're going on that, what do you guys want to name the episode?
Oh yeah, we had to decide we're going to name the episode.
Deal with the devil?
Deal with the devil. How about don't deal with the devil?
Tacos and torpedoes.
Did you say tacos and torpedoes?
Tacos and torpedoes.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. Like, we'll wait for Liz to get back here, but I'm definitely leaning toward that because that's definitely a whole like, wait, what the hell happened? What type title?
So if they're not up yet, we gotta really kind of get on with things. So let's go ahead and see what. Ooh, you know what? A Filthy Lot is on. I like them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go raid A Filthy Lot. They're an amazing group of gamers, and they are very, very fun to watch. If you've never followed them before, please give them a follow. Oops, I cannot type. Oh, there they are. and they're playing D&D right now. Looks like they're actually just chatting about D&D. So we're gonna jump over into their stream. Remember, at dinner game, we always save you a seat at the table. Please be careful, social distance, wear a mask, do what you can to stay safe. We want you to come back every single week and get chances for raffle tickets, and we want you to come every week and enjoy watching the games, and hopefully you guys have a great time, and you guys tell your friends about us so they can come watch too. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and raid a filthy lot. You guys are going to go ahead and have a great weekend, and we will see you
Space
back
Station
in...
Rats.
Huh?
Space Station Rats.
Space
It was
Station
stated,
Rats.
Space Station Rats. They're
It
a
was-
delicacy.
They're a delicacy.
That's the name of the episode. They're a
Space
You
delicacy.
Station
guys,
Rats?
You guys can debate this in chat or in
Okay,
the call.
okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and raid the filthy lot, and we will see you guys later. Thank you so much for being with us, and have a very, very good night.
Bye.
We raiding.
Did the last pew 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 make it in?
No, but as just said, because first as I was like, oh boy, everything's fine. This is fine. It's like, yeah, they could be nuclear, they could be conventional explosives. We
Filthy
don't know.
Lot literally just went off the air and went to go raid someone else. So we raided into them, and then they raided out.
Oh
That's
no!
Yeah, but as when we don't open the crates, otherwise this is going to use them on us. I then said, oh, we definitely ain't going to open them, and they just did Kermit mistakes were made gif.
We made a deal with the metaphorical devil.
Devil.
Yeah,
I would say a literal devil with Niska.
he is a human
He's
man.
just
He
a
is
human.
killable. And
He's-
if we were
Look at Corey.
if
already
we were
thinking about
playing
killing
far
Niska.
enough in the future, I would try to kill this man. Like Corey wants to try and take out Niska. He wants to be the person to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're off stream. Yeah.
Thank you so much for popping
Yeah,
in
although,
here.
but when we were talking about the whole SL Week
with
volunteer
your
thing, no,
community,
one
very much
store in
appreciated.
one
Yeah,
district
but
literally
continue
went
the raid
in.
chain.
Yes, so stick around, people.
sorted potatoes.
Thanks for supporting the G Show.
I was telling
Yeah.
Now
Kel
we
that
are going to raid
that,
out to our homie Aqualung.
he needs to hear
Go
what y'all
give,
did for your
him a
work day.
follow. It is
Yeah.
one of
Oh,
the,
for the
I spent a lot of time on the
volunteering?
channel 'cause
Yeah.
Aqua
Yeah.
is insanely very entertaining.
We
And,
we went to
crazy
a food
person
bank.
and super talented
Okay.
at streaming.
But what they
to,
did was
if you're a streamer
perfect
and
for
you see the things
GameStop
that he has
SA.
said on
So
his stream,
they had all of
it's
these
kind
little
mind
boxes
bending.
taped
So
up,
one guy-
and we had to put 5 little milk cartons and 5 little fruits in each box, and they wanted us to do 400 of them.
Thank you all for being
So
here.
what I'm hearing is y'all did a better job than those at the Rock. Got it.
Exactly. So the lady like running the whole volunteer thing comes up to me and she's like, "What do you guys do?" And I was like, "Oh, we're all GameStop store managers." And she's like, "All of you work really well together." I was like, "Yeah, we do that."
But
Oh, speaking of the
We
Rock,
finished an hour early.
nice.
We got them a head start on the next week and taped another 400 boxes for them.
they did twice what they were supposed to do. That putting things in boxes and taping it up is one of the best activities I could
We
think
built the
of for
pallet,
ESSA.
we wrapped the pallet.
Honestly,
that-
here's
that is an-
this is literally all we did for ours. We showed up at the animal shelter at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Spent 3 hours just chilling, talking about the animal shelter, getting a tour of the facility and everything, learn about what they do. Went on lunch, and then spent about went to the warehouse to go unload a couple pallets, which was like took us like 40 minutes. And then for the next 3 hours, went back to the shelter and just was playing with kittens and puppies.
That sounds delightful.
It was awesome. But no, I'm not joking. There was literally one district that all they did was sort potatoes.
What?
It was for a food bank, but they just sorted potatoes.
Oh.
Another district worked at a Ronald McDonald house. Others cleaned up around the park. There's a few different things.
The food bank keeps emailing our district manager. They want us to come back.
Nice.
I mean,
No,
why not?
Though when I mentioned the Rock, though, I found out through some other managers and people I know a little higher than me. So you know how like they did that video from the Rock saying like, oh, they're streamlining the shipment process and all that,
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a second.
and that was like a whole idea that Chris Harkness had.
Hey guys, do you want to jump into the after chat channel in DAG? In case anyone wants to go over there?
Yeah, we can.
It's just in the Discord.
Yeah, but real quick before jumping there though.